we are streaming, so...
Hey!
Fuck you and...
This is TPAW,
The Karnage.
and we're here to discuss things. It's the holiday break, it's winter break, just kind of having fun, chilling out, hanging out. Just very low key. Very low key because the last couple days, energy around here has been more relaxed, and I kind of like it a lot more. He got kicked out of his house.
Kind of permanently here for at least month or two.
Yep, because he got kicked.
Because everybody's like, well, you can afford a place, I can't afford a place, and a car payment, and insurance, so I'll need to kiss my ass, leave me alone.
Yeah, exactly. I need to go Stella in the chat so that I hope her phone. She might not have her phone charger. Shit.
She had it downstairs. I think she just disconnected it and brought it upstairs.
I thought that she said she lost it.
She didn't know where it was, but then she found it.
Oh, okay.
And her phone was charging downstairs while we were watching that 12 episode anime.
Oh, okay. That's good.
So
then I'll bug her about getting in here so she can throw you some likes on the stream.
The Yahoo chat.
Yahoo chat
or Messenger.
Messenger.
I mean not Yahoo. Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
click on the one I sent you.
By the way, Facebook Messenger is now officially Yahoo chat, according to Karnage.
I've lost my brain. I'm right there, dude. Where are you going, motherfucker?
Are you there?
You can go to the one that said podcast sound.
Okay.
And the one right above it. That's what we'll start with the sound effects for this podcast.
You mean that one?
Yep.
Okay.
That'll be the first one, but we'll wait a few minutes for that. Because you wanted to talk about...
Percy Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I'll review more of it, like, as the show goes, and we'll probably talk more about it here, too. But, I first started reading the books when I was, like, a teenager, and in fact, before I even met his sister, and,
It was, for me, Percy Jackson came out, like, 10 years after Harry Potter, because Harry Potter came out when I was in high school. And everybody started making fun, well, you last name's Potter, huh? They have a book with your name on it. I'm like, dude, J.C. Potters has my name on it. Do we want to go with all the freaking companies that have Potter, or Potter is like the CEO or the guy who started the company? I mean, dude, there's like 30 companies with a Potter in it on the top end. Like, my family owns everything. Now, I'm not directly in line or connected with 90% of that part of the family because, well, you know, people get disowned and shit over the years.
Yeah.
So my thought has always been, well, if one of the random rich relatives eventually dies and says, oh yeah, this lunatic who I know is related to me, I'm going to give him all my money because all my kids are stupid, or, you know, that whole thing that rich people do.
Yep.
And I just sit back and laugh at that because my first thought is, if that ever happens, I'm just going to sit back and laugh. Because I know Dad's going to get pissed about it, a couple other people in the family can get pissed about it. I'm like, do y'all not remember Nanny literally gave me, whether she meant to or not, but it was also because I stood my ground and I didn't buckle to anybody's bullshit, including hers. The fucking, I am the chosen one in the family. I am the gold and platinum, diamond, whatever freaking high up you want to go with the medals or whatnot, and it's like, that is me. I am the fucking chosen one.
Yeah, so when Harry says in Half-Blood Prince, he says, well, I am the chosen one, he does the head rock, that was Karnage.
That's been me since like the age of like 10. I'm gonna sit you down because I gotta put my legs down and you can't sit on my lap with my legs down. But just don't kill the podcast second. He did, what was it, like last week?
Yeah, it was like
he
last
killed
week.
it for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes because we had to reset it back up on the computer, but we were still talking to everybody on
I operate
TikTok.
on a garage budget right now, so...
No, we operate on a poor motherfucker's budget. That's why we're just like Joe Rogan when he started, which is kind of the funny part to me. It's like he started like this, and it's like, I understand where he came from. If we get like famous and rich from doing this like he did, it's like, it all came to where you wanted it to be, because that was always your thing. I mean, you always talked about that because you were like pissed that you didn't get to keep podcasting with your homeboy, and I'm like, well, let's just do it. And that was like the whole thing that started the Crazy Peas podcast.
Yeah, because I was up in the loft years ago, and him and my wife were hanging out and stuff upstairs, and I was talking about expressing discomfort and displeasure over the fact that JB just kept,
postponing
or canceling or this or that, and over the podcast that we were doing, because we were doing like an hour, and the hour of it was us reviewing a movie or reviewing 2 movies. But
it was always horror stuff.
Yeah, it was always horror movies,
which I always found
quite
fun and interesting to hear your viewpoint on some of the horror shit. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Because I'd literally pop up in the middle of you and knock on the door and like open it like, yeah, I don't do this podcast. Well, tell his buddy to kiss my ass. His background noise, deal with it.
Yeah, and it's because like we get through like halfway through a podcast episode, right? And we do and then like either the internet would freeze. Or something else would happen, and then he would
life.
Or he would literally stop, and he would literally stop the damn thing in the middle of it, and then have us restart everything. And I'm like, bro, like we had really good steam going on. This is awkward as fuck now. And here was one time where we had to redo it 3 times. It was crazy.
I remember that week because I came over. I think it was 2 or 3 times that week. You're like, Jesus, I wish he would get his head out of his ass. Like, dude, it doesn't have to be perfect. We are not professionals. We're not in a professional office, both of us. We're
our own grade of professional in the sense that we're not so big and uppity on having, I wish I had a green screen, but our green screen's in storage.
There's not enough room in this office,
but
so yeah.
My microphone I have now would make JB shit breaks. Like the microphone I have now.
If you had that one back then, he would be like,
he would lose
holy crap.
He would lose his mind because of the fact of how crisp and clear and beautiful it sounds. I record this very same microphone you guys are hearing on YouTube anyway. The microphone you guys are hearing, it's a YouTube broadcast. That's the one I use for my audiobook.
Well, guess what, TikTok? I really don't talk to you guys when y'all give messages. This is just another way to broadcast the Crazy Peace podcast. So you're here to listen. If we see the comments, we see the comments.
What does it
if
say?
We don't. Oh, somebody was saying talk to the audience.
Talk to the audience.
Yeah, we never
stop talking to each other and talk to us. Yep, that's why.
That's our whole podcast. It's kind of like the Joe Rogan podcast.
Well, to watch you interact with each other rather than people. We can interact with you. If you got questions or you got things you want to talk about, let us know.
We won't instantly see it. It's
kind of the difference between internet bandwidth. If you know Twitch people or people that are on Twitch or
even on YouTube,
any platform,
it's slightly delayed, and we had an issue with the chat on TPAW's Playground for doing the live broadcast, so it went away because it kept interrupting and hiccuping the broadcast.
What's your point? Well, the point is we love media. We love Percy Jackson, we love comic book movies, we love DC.
We like talking about everything and anything.
So if you like that too, then awesome. Talk to us about it, because that's the point. And if you don't like that, you don't have to be here. It's your choice. We appreciate you for being here.
Yes, we enjoy having lots of people come and hang out.
Yes,
but
that's the point of it.
If we get off into our tangents when we're discussing whatever show and or movie or just the randomness of our life we're talking about, then that's just
what do you want to cover? Well, we were covering Percy Jackson earlier, and this guy over here has ADHD, much like Percy Jackson, and so he can't stay on one particular topic for very long.
Rephrase that.
And then we eventually reroute to the original topic in the first place. So have fun.
I am more like all the demigods in the Percy Jackson series of ADHD and dyslexia and all the other things that they have wrong. That literally describes me to a T. That's why I like the series. I like the TV series because it's going a little bit more depth.
Mine's
if you're reading
more
the book.
ADD, but it's very still ADHD. But it's kind of got a weird hybrid.
You have the slight H, but yours is every once in a while H. Mine's a constant.
Mine is very much.
So I have to try to control it, and sometimes it's hard.
Sorry, DC bailed on good scripting. Marvel made it real. Marvel has done a really good job.
That's a key point.
Yeah, Marvel's done very good for the last 3 phases. The last 2 phases have been kind of Loki was good. I liked the Snyderverse for what it was. Am I going to be here to hate on it nonstop like I did years ago? No.
7-hour
it was
freaking Justice League one I enjoyed because it went into the details that the other one didn't go into.
My favorite part of DC, because you won't be able to get me to hate on much when it comes to Marvel or DC, because I'm a fanboy.
Yeah,
but
because
DC,
we love all comic books and all that stuff.
Justice League Snyder Cut was probably my favorite part of the DCU, aside from maybe like...
That has recently happened, yeah.
Aside from maybe like a couple different moments out of like Batman, like I was okay with Batman v Superman. The Ultimate Edition did a better job of synchronizing because you had less bureaucracy there.
Yeah, my biggest issue with some of it is how some of the politics and stuff has come into the like Marvel and Disney shit, and they're like, why is our stock down? Because you're literally doing political frickin' phrases instead of doing the it's a comic book, here's the comic book stuff for nowadays.
Yeah.
We're not going to put any political BS in, but I mean,
I like
political
when they
BS
avoid...
has always been in it because DC and Marvel, it was them versus the Nazis, them versus Hitler. With DC,
I like it when you're able to take political
Marvel,
topics.
it's Captain America versus Red Skull.
Yeah, when you're taking political topics and you're using it as an underlayer without overriding the narrative or driving the screenplay.
That's when it's good.
That's when it's good. Because otherwise, and I'm a writer, I'm an author. If you were to take a story and you were to write it for like thousands of words, but over half of it just feels like you're just talking to yourself or talking to somebody else and having a giant debate and argument, and there's like no story, then it just kind of gets a little thin. Loki was amazing, by the way. I absolutely love Loki.
I haven't watched season 2 yet. Do you think I'll enjoy it?
I like... So I've gotten up to episode 2 or 3, because as you know, your sister, my wife, has had a broken leg for the last 5 weeks, and broken in 3 places.
Keep going for a little
but
while.
From what I've seen of Loki season 2, it is phenomenal. And I like... Probably out of all of it, because I've seen Ms. Marvel, I've seen Captain America Winter Soldier, which I loved. I've seen a lot of the different Marvel stuff. So my opinion on the new MCU, as it stands with phases 4 and 5, have been kind of mixed. Because there are parts of it that I'm like, you could have done better. Not as good as you did before. And then there are other parts where I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. Like Ms. Marvel reminds me straight up of Spider-Man, when how the construction is. I've watched all of it. All of Loki. What'd you think? You love it? Yeah.
I was looking at the comment.
What is your overall thoughts of season 1, for instance, versus season 2? Because I like the way they covered the multiverse. I feel like if they spent more time orienting Loki in the center of the phases, with the TVA and all that stuff.
It's his show, so it should be, but that's not how they did it.
If they had taken that Loki show and made it the center of the entire phase of the Marvel Universe, it would have been better.
You're blocking my face.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Still haven't watched it. So you got some people who watched it and some people who haven't watched it. I love this idea that there is no one he loves more than himself. Well, yeah, I mean, he's kind of a flaming narcissist, but he's an idealistic narcissist.
Well, that's kind of like the whole Lucifer thing.
Yeah, if he hadn't been so
he's a self-absorbed narcissist who's like, I should have the power of God because I'm not going to let anybody fail and go to hell. But it's the thing of, because you're literally saying, I don't give a shit. I'm number one. Do it my way so that way everybody's saved. Not just the select few or just the few that we can save. We're going to literally alter reality and change everything, which is what screws up the whole dynamic of free will and free choice and all that stuff. So that's where I like the Loki character in the MCU versus who he actually was.
Yeah.
Who he actually is closer resemblance to Lucifer, as in the chaotic guy who's like...
Speaking of Lucifer...
And throw in just to see what happened.
They said, have you watched Lucifer? Have I watched Lucifer?
Dude, I watched the whole series before it went on Netflix, and when they ended it on
what is it?
I think
you
it was
truly
Fox.
Desire.
Wasn't it? Wasn't it the one that was on Lucifer Fox before it went to Netflix, and they actually finished the season?
So
properly?
Season 3, Fox decided, like they always do with good TV, they decided
every
to axe
once in a while they like fuck
because you know they can't keep anything good to save life. And then Netflix said, "Hey, we'll be the hero and sweep in and save it." And so they gave it 3 more seasons that were a bit more comic booky, a bit more lore focused.
But it was more in tune with what the TV show from the comic book was. how it was slightly different than the comic book, and that's what I liked about it. That's like I like with the 3 episodes of the first 3 of Percy Jackson. I like it because you get to see more of what was in the book than you do in the movie, because the movie's all of it compounded into 2 hours to 2.5, 2 hours to 3 hours.
Yeah.
And I like it because each episode's like 45 minutes long. You can actually get a lot more detail and get more into the story. That's what I like.
Why I was talking about Percy Jackson being an hour long, because then you can have like extra godly
more.
stuff,
Yeah.
extra Easter eggs, extra this, extra that's in there.
I don't think they need it. I like the way it ran.
Some of the story stuff is dense. Like it's dense, but it's thinned out at the ends.
I
because
get that.
What they're doing is they're trying to balance out the overall episodic structure with the dialogue exchanges and the action. I love the idea we make our own fates. Oh, yeah, absolutely. The Netflix season were the best. Well, yeah, I mean...
Well, I think they were better.
We also did Sandman, which,
by
the way, Lucifer is a spin-off of Sandman.
More back into what the proper story was, not just the love story. It was the love story and the Lucifer story. Because if you don't properly balance them, it's shit. Which is what they... No offense to Fox, that's kind of what they did. And that's why they were losing viewers on it. If they'd have done it like Netflix did it, like it was actually supposed to be done, they'd had enough funding for it to keep going, because it would have gotten the numbers and the money through the commercial watching to actually be able to keep going. That's like the series Beastmaster. It did like I think 2 or 3, maybe 4 seasons, but they couldn't get any more funding for it, and that was I don't even remember what channel it was, but they were doing the whole series in New Zealand, so it was costing out the ass. But it was a good series.
Yeah.
But because they lost funding, they just cut it. That's like, what was it? Fox did one where it was talking about Alcatraz, The Rock.
Yeah.
And after the first season, they cut it. Just like with Terra Nova, they cut it after the first season, even though the season finale was such a good cliffhanger. I knew a lot of people that were pissed that they canceled. Like, motherfuckers, we want to know what the other end of this is.
Yeah.
But that seems to be a constant Fox, and we got people saying stuff.
No, the season died off because love interest found its ending. That's all people care about. Are you talking about Beastmaster still? Or are you talking about Lucifer? Or what exactly are you referring
Which
to?
TV show are you referring to?
Brought up like 3 or 4 of them.
Like, well, you know me, I go everywhere all at once.
Lucifer. Okay. I absolutely love the way Lucifer ended, myself. You know, the reason why is because it was poetic. Like, you have this guy who is put in charge of running hell as a punishment, right?
Not as a punishment, as a job, which everybody sees as punishment.
But the way he took it,
the way
he spent how many seasons going into monologues about how much his father was punishing him.
Yeah.
He didn't see hell as home. He saw it as punishment. He saw it as a role he had to play. So by them doing what they did with the ending,
the whole father
they
side
helped him become more of what he could be.
Okay. Alright, no, I was just reading because it was a TikTok mess. I was just trying to see what
TikTok's
it said.
trying to be like, we're protecting you.
I think they more just jumped in and said, hey, you're getting a lot of views. We like this.
Yeah, it's awesome. I appreciate you guys.
To see.
But, yeah, no, I like the way it ended, and I like the way that the love interest thing was, because it was poetic. It was.
I like the way
there was a poetic symmetry to it.
When she finally saw him in the full Lucifer form, after he lost his wings to try to stay on Earth with her, she kind of like disappeared or drew back for like half a season.
Yeah.
And like, nope. I just saw that. I thought you were just running your mouth because that's your name. And I like how that moved the story forward to the end it came to in the end. I like how it developed and moved forward.
No, I hate that she ended up there. She's supposed to be pure. She wants to be heaven. What if she chose that? What if that's the thing?
Well, hang on. That goes into what I'm always talking about. It's your choice. Do you want to live with the guy that everybody calls God in the 3 major religions, or what would be considered the greater gods or the grandfather gods in like any of the pagan religions? It's literally do you want to be there in what they consider paradise, which might not be what you consider paradise, or do you want to say, no offense, I don't want to live with you forever, I've seen the way you hold your rules, I don't like it.
Also,
that's where also the freedom of choice, the free will comes in. She got to pick because she loved him to spend eternity with him.
My whole thing, though, is that... My whole thing, though... My whole thing, though, is that by her spending time in heaven with her dad, and then her ending up going back to hell to hang out with Lucifer while he's a therapist,
to live for
while he's
eternity with her true love. Yeah.
Right. The way that is, there's a poetic symmetry there because with Amenadiel now running heaven and with Lucifer being a therapist, there's more of a way of being able to push them upwards. And so either way, she's able to go back if she wants.
It's the thing of...
She can make choices.
You torture yourself in
hell.
That was always the thing that Lucifer always talked about in Lucifer's story. And in this TV show...
The way the show ended.
You are the one who causes your own hell. You control this. It's your bullshit.
Yes.
And your hindrances and
So with the way his therapist thing was, he's able to help them steer themselves in a more positive direction.
Between the two. Well, Earth has always been the in-between. But technically, at the same time, Earth isn't an in-between. Because if you look at it from the actual, story that was told to humans, which some of it's in the Bible, some of it's in old texts that never got put in the Bible, because we've discussed this 1,000 times with Constantine and the whole council and stuff. We said a couple of things, so read them real quick.
That was my favorite concept.
Okay. But for me, it's always a weird concept, because outer darkness is way the hell out there. The description of it, fire and brimstone and stuff. With fire and brimstone, that literally means it's not darkness. But he literally got shoved into the outer darkness, you're not allowed to be around the light.
You make your own hell, you put yourself there. Reflecting off what you just said. So
yeah, I get that. But I mean, my viewpoint on the whole thing is, if he's in outer darkness, that means he's so far out into the ether of the universe or the fucking cosmos, or the cosmos's cosmos. You know, the bigger picture. Like I'm always saying, everybody was just looked at it like this, and it's like so big it's you can't put it in a box because that's still too small of a square. That kind of goes into what I'm always talking about, which is kind of where I liked where the TV show hit on some of it.
666 likes. Ooh. Hey, thanks, Calypso. The
number I
think it was
my heart.
I think it was seasons 4 or 5 actually is when Amenadiel and because she, detective, she basically talked about it as a what if because she didn't really believe in heaven or hell for the longest time. And then Amenadiel was like, well, what would you do if you were to do it? And then she sort of spitballed some ideas, finally playing around with the idea of hypotheticals. And so they both started going back and forth.
When the reality came to fruition, she had to take 2 steps back and go, holy fucking shit, you mean this maybe everybody's been trying to tell me is fact is actually fact? Holy shit, I gotta re-fucking think my whole existence and everything I know.
And they kind of
and I like how they went there.
Lined up with that. With what
I
their
like
characters
how
wanted to be.
They finally got to where it should have gone from the truth, from my point of view, of existence, this reality that we live in on every dimensional realm, and how it went to the part where I thought it should go. And they literally, Lucifer was ending right around the time Supernatural ended. And I like the way they both ended. Supernatural could have gone for another season, but my brain went, they ended it the way they should have.
They were tired and exhausted, and it was COVID.
Well, COVID was the biggest thing that killed it because they were going to try to do 2 more seasons, but because of COVID, they could only do 1.
Yeah.
And I understood that, and I accepted it because most
now
of the complaints I heard and bitched about was they're literally just going over the same stuff that happened seasons ago to finalize the stories, which means we're coming to the end. Why's everybody bitching about it? This is literally the proclaimed end. Can you not tell? Obviously.
I was thinking they were going to go into Lovecraftian lore and other gods and stuff.
Well, they've done that in the seasons 777.
Nice, nicely done there, Calypso.
But I mean, that sort of stuff to me is just fun.
Yeah.
That they actually started diving into some of the stuff where they went back to like finalize and close the stories. So I'm like, okay, the closing the stories with screens were almost at the end. That instantly, within the first last 2 episodes of the season before the last one and the last season, the first 2 episodes, it's like, oh, okay, we're closing off on certain things so that way it's obvious this is the last season.
Yeah.
For me, it was just an obvious aha.
Yeah, exactly. And so I kind of wondered if they would go to like other mythologies, and then when they said, "Oh yeah, we're closing it out with God, literally, as the big bad guy," and I'm like, interesting. Just the way they ended, I was expecting multiversal stuff, more of it.
The supernatural
like that.
showed God.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it as who he is. I agree with it for the story that they were portraying. Yeah. I don't agree with that's who he is, because that's not who he is. He's too busy making sure everything runs in order and having to pay attention to everything in every universe and every fucking cosmos and all this other stuff that he's so busy he doesn't have 5 seconds to literally spend coming and bugging us like in the Old Testament and stuff to literally be here. It kind of goes into the
Are you Satanist?
I'm not a Satanist.
Because these messages are crazy from Calypso. Nah.
No, she's just
making funnies, making jokes.
We're just big goofs, so
yeah.
Let's have the
It's
fun.
just dorky fun.
But also, since you asked the question, I'm gonna go into it. Hope your brain doesn't fry. You know my viewpoint.
Yes, I know you're gonna go there.
I'm the Satanist, the Christian, the Buddhist. I hate paganism, so I'll say Wiccan.
Yeah.
I mean, because I literally delve into and literally look at all of the freaking bubbles and pools of what everybody thinks is mythos, and I'm like, don't you realize all this stuff is fact? The only thing that's not fact is literally this God saying, I'm the one who created everything. No, your dad created everything. That's literally the beginning to 90% of the mythos, especially in the Greek and the Romans and the Norse, it's the God before the gods that everybody worships are the ones who created everything. And then the kids got pissed and literally said, fuck you, I'm in charge, bitch, I'm gonna kill you. Which is literally Zeus fighting the Titans, the greater gods.
Which is funny because that's kind of how the way the Percy Jackson series
kind of goes too, yeah.
You have a bunch of gods who act like children. Can't bring bad energy from crazy.
Well, I mean, I don't bring bad energy, I bring good energy, no matter how crazy or lunacy it gets. Yeah. I mean, you've literally witnessed that on the podcast and other stuff in my life. It's like, look, the world's burning around me. Oh, at least I'll have that.
He's actually one of the most positive influences that I have around myself, believe it or not. Whatever your interpretation is.
That's the same thing. Sorry.
Like, whatever your interpretation is, that's fine. But yeah. Created to create fear and bring control. That's funny because that's the way
that's
certain
an
people
interesting look at it, but you got to remember it's the dynamic from what is considered or what has been told to us is the Old Testament to what is told to us as the New Testament. All the books that they didn't put in that literally explain or tell you what's the actual truth and the history, which I've gone into a million times. Is where most people get hung up. It's like, but that can't be fact. Why can't it be fact? Because it's apocryphal scripts and stuff. It's like, it's only apocryphal because you were told it's apocryphal, not because it's actually apocryphal.
Yeah. Well, I know that fear tends to drive a lot of people's judgments. Unknown.
Well, that kind of goes into his thought process of it's the Force. But if you think about it...
That's kind of how I am. I always say it's the Force.
Well, like I said, with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, what I was taught growing up in the church, it's the... You can be a
Peter put some water in the water dish. It's so loud. Oh, jeez. Sorry about that. I gotta put water in the cat's water dish. That's probably why Dave's been wigging out.
I can't even hear it, so if she says so.
Well, it's also on the stream, so I don't want to create any discomfort with people who hear things.
No, you're good. But
you know how I am with my earbuds.
Yeah, I know how you are. But I mean, for me, it's you can't claim it's an unknown when it quite literally says
It's
what
only
it is.
unknown because it's interpreted that way.
Well, that's because that's how people see it. That's like, well, there's no God. Do you believe in Lucifer, Satan, the devil, or whatever title you want to give him? Well, yes. Well, if the negative exists, then the positive exists. You have to have both sides. It's the yin and yang of existence.
That's why it's faith. Okay.
No, I agree with you. But see, here's the funny part with faith.
It's like,
for me, it's no longer faith because I know it, because I've seen it and literally had what would be considered ethereal entities touch and talk to me.
Isn't faith kind of... Isn't that the interesting question about faith to me? All right.
Well, if God was here and always stepping in,
yeah.
Because everybody's like, well, if there's a God, everything would be bad. But if God always steps in, then it's not faith. It's not a belief. You know it because you see Him every week.
I'm speaking from someone who's medically died before.
Well, no, I understand that. So I'll let you go from
became even more intensely sensitive to energy, and became even more sensitive. I mean, when they say faith is blind, that's like saying a Jedi is blind. So when the Jedi or the Sith uses the Force, and they're using the Force, they're using the energy around them, they're using their senses, the third eye, if you will, to see things.
Well, like we always talked about.
Right.
You're literally blocking me.
Does that mean that
no, you're good with your
does that
hand,
mean
just
that we
ourselves
who do that are blind? And I would say no. I would say we are using our intuition and we are using our senses.
Most people who are blind are the people who don't even have or able to acknowledge there is something, whether you believe it's a person, a consciousness, or whatever you believe in.
Yeah.
If you can't even believe that, you believe it's all random, then literally you disprove everything that's ever been proven by science, because science literally proves that without a higher consciousness...
No, I'm not saying you should die. Not at all. I'm saying that... See, I had...
no, you're good.
Dying,
you didn't miss anything.
Dying also gives you insight. Should I... No.
That's
not saying you should die at all, my friend. Because what I did was I did a very stupid thing years ago.
Well, you also had a happenstance.
Force is blind. They know what to do based off instinct, not sight. That depends on your perspective. Because if you're seeing with your eyeballs, yes, you're perceiving the material world, but that doesn't mean you're actually seeing.
That also kind of goes into animals.
Yes.
They do what their nature compels them to do. We do stuff by thinking about first. We don't just do. Anybody who just does, that's usually whatever I consider a psychopath. They do by instinct, not by actual thought.
Well, Force has nothing to do with sight, ask Yoda. Nah, no, there's a difference.
Sorry.
And as far as this goes,
We're getting real deep tonight.
I was lucky to even come back the way I did. It was because of Calypso that I came back in the first place. And that was just pure dumb luck. And maybe it was the Force. Maybe it was some divine energy. How do I know? But I would say that it's one of those things where you have to be able to sense things without arrogance or pride. You have to be able to use intuition.
I guess that kind of goes into my thing. When you told me you died, I'm like, well, no, you got brought back because you still needed to learn stuff and you hadn't seen or been shown everything that you know is true, but you've just forgotten with age.
And sometimes I feel like I'm like, okay, this is why I was brought back, and then at times I'm like, do I really know? So I just kind of go with it, and I just kind of,
like I told you, from my point of view, you were brought back because I wasn't done telling you what I needed to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
You're the part that I know in my journey that I need you there, so that way I can tell you what I know or what I see or feel.
Yeah.
From my point of view in reality, which you've said has helped you immensely, so I'm at least happy I can help.
Is what Calypso said to that person, to this Nikita. I hope I'm saying your name right. Medical mode is logical. You haven't shown a rational thought this whole time. Have a good now. I mean, that's up to you on your perception. A lot of people have perception bias too, so they're very biased to what they perceive.
That's like the whole atheist versus the people who believe in a higher entity. Whether you
What's
believe
even
it's
more
God,
funny
Jesus,
about
Holy
this whole
Ghost,
thing
or
is this person is
other
that
people's
I'm one of the most rational, logical people around, and the fact that they're like, you haven't shown a single logical, rational thing, that's funny. That's irony.
Well, I mean, isn't that what I usually mean? You go back and forth, especially when we're not on, broadcasting. We go into deep dives on just the reality and how deep the understanding and viewpoint of what everybody else sees as being. She moderated him because he's just
being a dick.
Trying to pick a fight. I mean, I think it's funny.
I find it ironic, honestly. The person's not gonna get me going. I'm triggered. No.
Well, I mean, we've
There's
dealt
no
with that
point
at the gym repeatedly.
Yeah.
It's like, you think I'm completely full of shit because you think I believe something when I actually know it is factual because I've literally had revelation, been shown things that most people are like.
People have their beliefs and they can have them. They can have their observations. They can have them. It doesn't mean they're right.
Or wrong.
Or wrong, yes.
Yeah, because reality is all through your observation. But the funny part is, when you decide to pick somebody else's viewpoint and say, I'm going to preach, yell, and scream that they're right and you're wrong.
You're right, you're wrong. We're all having a fight with ego. Have a good day.
Well, the ego's the biggest thing. Because what is it? It's your id, which is your instincts.
Yeah.
Your ego, which is...
I appreciate you for being here, by the way, Nikita, whatever your name is. I'm trying to remember what the name was.
No, it's fine.
I think they were saying that towards me. Wait, what?
That's not how I saw it. But
yeah,
okay.
I saw that towards us because we were talking about spirituality and stuff, and they're like, it's not right because it's not what I think. And it's like, that's nice.
Well, that's the atheist
that's okay.
argue.
You're
like
okay. You're allowed to have that opinion. It doesn't mean that we can agree. That doesn't mean we have to agree with it.
And how I told him that literally his argument against God existing literally proves God exists because by scientific fact.
We've run into like 3 atheists already that have tried to get under the
No,
skin.
more than that.
And we've
6.
just been,
I've actually been counting.
Cool, bro.
And I like how I disprove all their stuff. Well, it's random. Well, if it's random, then how come it holds itself together? Because scientists have literally shown if nothing's observing it, it goes random and it's complete shit. Yeah. If it's observed, it literally stays in the path it's supposed to be in. So that means there has to be a higher entity observing all of reality, or it wouldn't follow the steps it's supposed to by what we view as physics.
Yeah.
Even though, like I said, we're like level 1 and then God is like level 10.
They called me crazy earlier in chat. I think they called us crazy.
I thought they were talking to me.
That's honestly what I thought. I was like, I'm sitting here talking about third eye, and I'm talking about the Force and other stuff, and they're just like, you're crazy.
And I'm throwing in my snidbits.
It was funny as we had a guy at the gym in the pool. Funny story. We had a guy in the pool. I wasn't even talking much.
Not even a guy.
He was
teacher.
Talking. Yeah, he was a teacher. He was
that
a teacher
was the
in high school.
Part.
That's the irony. And I'm sitting here. I'm turning the ladder that gets outside the pool into a gym essentially because I'm like doing pull-ups and stuff, and the guy's like doing the normal shtick you normally hear out of like a dumb movie where they go, like, you crazy P, yeah crazy, and he's got like a giant smirk on his face because he thinks he's being funny, and the whole time this guy over here is just laughing it off and pelting it, and I'm just going okay whatever. And they're going back and forth.
I don't even need to... It wasn't even... I was fighting him back. It's like I'm literally just telling him the facts that I know from all the research I've done that literally disproves him
and he kept
screaming about God doesn't exist. It's like... Have you paid attention to any of the science that's come out in the last 10 years that they finally told us that they found like 20 years ago? That I've literally been saying, this is what science... Well, there's no papers on it. And now they're finally putting out the papers and I'm like... I've been saying this for 20 years. Hello.
I mean, we do call this podcast Crazy Peas, so it's like
for a damn reason.
Kind of on the nose. So if people are like, "You crazy," okay, and then that is the name of the podcast.
It fits the title.
Right? Have fun.
Right? It fits the title. So why would I get offended? You're literally telling me what I've already proclaimed.
Send the screenies. I mean, I would assume that that we would be able to keep track of that in the chat. I
was trying to watch it. I thought it was calling us
MF.
crazy.
Why are you... Calypso, don't worry about it. It's fine. All they did was just call us crazy a couple times and say that we didn't have any rational thought, which is pretty ironic.
Okay.
It's nothing threatening.
Here's the thing, Calypso. You gotta remember this. Me saying crazy is not a negative like everybody else because of their own personal bias or bullshit they've lived through their life or been told by their parents and grandparents. Me calling you crazy is actually a positive.
Yeah.
I mean, because how many times have we discussed
well,
that?
You called me a lunatic
told
when
me
I
that
stepped
I
up.
was literally talking shit on somebody when I called him crazy and smiled and laughed about it because
it's a joke.
As far as I'm concerned, being called crazy literally is a positive, and I'm lifting you up because it's better to be crazy than normal because everybody who's normal literally yells at everybody else for not being normal and tries to fight and kill each other over not being what they consider normal.
And when they call you crazy and mother effer, it's usually because they're impressed. But she was using it derogatorily. I mean, sure, she might have been.
I mean,
she might have been.
That's your viewpoint, not mine, love.
About my comments on the likes. I mean, again, all she was doing was trying to call you a Satanist just because you used numbers.
Well, and I was laughing at that because it's like I literally proclaim being a Satanist, a Wiccan, a Christian, a Buddhist, a Hinduist, all of it.
If we're going to presume,
Judaic, Christian, Islamic.
presume that she was an atheist in the first place, that would mean she didn't believe in anything we were saying anyway. So
and she was just here to argue.
Yeah, so it's not like any of it matters anyway because it renders the point meaningless because that means she doesn't believe the number 70 power 1. 2, she doesn't believe that any of what we're saying is even accurate whatsoever. And 3, she thinks it's all made up anyway. So the only thing that's really at play here is a clash of ideals and a clash of ego. And it's funny that I'm saying this because that is a logical, rational thought.
And the funny part is, that's usually where I go. It's like, okay, you want to argue? Let's argue. I'm literally going to say what I know is fact.
Yeah.
I don't give a crap about your belief because I'm going to tell you what I know is fact. End of argument.
Mm-hmm.
From my point of view. If you want to keep arguing and saying, I'm right, okay, keep saying.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we're here to have good fun. We were talking about comic book movies and Percy Jackson in the first place.
Yeah, right? It went from Percy Jackson to talking about how the TV show Lucifer changed and went, and how
and she was like, "Do you like Lucifer?" And then she started going into fangasm mode.
Natural goes into the different gods and all this stuff, and how they weren't 100% right, but it was funny how they threw it into their show and gave from the show dynamic what the viewpoint would be in that universe, and I just laugh and enjoy the story. Yeah,
I mean, honestly, what it really comes down to is we're here to have fun, and we're not here to fight trolls or anything like that. Then left. I mean, yeah, maybe they did leave after you muted their ass.
Well, I just think it's funny.
It's like you're like, let's put some duct tape on that mouth, and then she's like, bye.
Well, yeah, we could just laugh at it because we think it's hilarious because we deal with this stuff. I mean, you see me deal with it because everybody always got to fight with me, and I just sit back and go,
oh, she left before you muted? Oh, so she pulled a Castiel. She ran away before you could put duct tape on her mouth.
Oh, the scream while running out of the room.
Yeah.
Well, fuck you, and here's why.
I'm mad. Run, you're being mean. It's like pulling out duct tape.
She left before I muted.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Calista, that's why I don't even get mad at her or anything. Because it's like...
Because we'll discuss it whether they're here or not. You literally throw out a viewpoint. Okay, we're going to explain why you're wrong or laugh about it.
Now we have material for next week.
Right? No, this just makes it even more funny. Because you know me, I enjoy the battle. You want to fight, let's fight. I don't care.
Beware, we will make fun of things around us. And so if you try to cause fights, we will make fun of you too. We already make fun of ourselves. Todd, stop lurking. Todd, if you're going to be here, talk to us. Make a comment.
Actually, it might be Robin, and if she's listening, she's at work, so she can't type.
Yeah, that's true too.
Because
but if you're
Robin
here,
told me that
at least say hi.
She's jumped in on the TikTok and just listened to it because we're crazy and she likes to listen to our lunacy.
Yeah.
She enjoyed listening to us on TikTok.
Sorry, YouTube, we're distracted by TikTok.
No, they will enjoy us literally interacting with the crazies on...
Todd is wilder. I mean, we already know Todd's wild.
Todd's the lunatic that I didn't get to properly program, so I just laugh at the lunacy that happens with Todd. Is that... to be
Todd actually posted an emoji.
Nice.
What's up, Todd?
What's up, homie? How's it going, sibling?
You're gonna join us, crazy peas?
Yeah, right?
Because you're a crazy pea, too.
Love you. See, we're just going off on the randomness.
We actually had Nephi on the show a while ago, by the way. So we had
we
had him
so
on the
fast,
show.
We overrun his ass.
Yeah, near the beginning of the show, we had him it was like me was sitting right here, Karnage sitting right here, and Nephi was like smack dab in the middle, as the dick in the middle, and we were the two balls. And then a while later, I actually had gotten them all linked up together with Discord, using Discord, and he was in the garage, and then Nephi was actually in, I think he was in that room. Or it was
at
in the
other.
Time, yeah. And we were doing Discord chat and stuff.
Okay, smile.
Sausage party. It came up on my For You page, and you guys were responding to Calypso, and I was like, okay, but what is being said? Lots of stuff was being said. That's what it is.
Randomness and us discussing everything and nothing all at the same time.
We were talking about Percy Jackson, then we were talking about Lucifer, Sandman, briefly. Other shows, DC, because this person came in, was getting all mad because they're talking to each other, not them, and so they were like, pay attention to me, and so we were like, okay, talk, and we'll talk to you. So
give me a subject to talk about, and we'll go over it, and we just went.
We're like, okay, if you want to talk, let's talk, and then they got mad because we talked about stuff they didn't like. Oh, I'm starting to watch Percy Jackson. Boom! I've already finished episode 3.
I've watched all 3 episodes. I literally was watching it while we were watching the anime.
Yeah, and I'm having the weird complex where I'm watching the show as a dad now, and I'm very hyper aware that my eldest son is like 3, maybe 4 years younger than Percy Jackson, and I'm checking on his mom.
And Connor's literally that age.
Yeah. Like, Connor's literally that age, and I'm like,
I'm just laughing, going,
Sally, you're pretty hot right now. Ooh, Medusa, you're pretty cute.
Medusa got the big titties.
Yeah, I'm the dad now, watching the kids show.
That's always the fun part.
Yep.
But I mean, I'm literally looking at it and watching it because you'd made that comment right before I hit play again to restart it and let it go. It was literally just watching it, and I'm like, oh, okay, I see what he's talking about, Medusa. She got the rack and the...
Yeah,
she's tunic and just
she's pretty
hiding her face.
Pretty tone of skin, like even though like half her head is hidden because of the whole snake eyes thing and the snakes, like she's still pretty hot.
She's still attractive, yes.
Yeah, I only saw the first one so far. I mean, how'd you like it? How'd you like it so far? Because the first one's pretty good. I liked the first one. It reminded me of the old Spider-Man.
I like how they got a little bit
coming
more
of age
into
high school story.
The at the school
Not even
stuff
high school, they're preschool.
Before the whole stepdad bullshit, which they only went on that for like shortly. But I'm literally just like, okay, this is like bullshit. We all know that stepdad's an ass. So they skipped over that. I'm like, good. They didn't spend too long on that.
It feels like if Spider-Man got bit by the spider at 12 years old, that's kind of what the story is. With great gods. I only saw the first one so far.
Yeah, you already read that.
I already read that.
They haven't responded.
I'm like waiting for Todd to say more.
There's your more.
I'm excited to watch it, especially because there's people I see reacting to things beginning to happen. Hey, that's always the fun part, right? For me, it's nostalgia. I was watching first 2 episodes back to back, and
of course, because
was watching some of the
first 2 and then wait a week.
I was watching the YouTube stuff and watching people react to it. People that are our age, watching it, and people our age now, and if you're my age with the kids, then their kids are practically the kids' age on the show, and if you're not, that's probably younger. But either way, it's nostalgia. Peter wants the MU. The MU, what's that?
Marvel Universe.
Oh, the Marvel Universe? Peter wants the MU? I mean, I like the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I kind of like some of the
I'm excited about the casting. What casting are you excited about? Because I know that...
well, which actual, like, character?
Yeah, because I still wish that Nathan Fillion was Bloody Hermes.
Well, of course you do, because that's, like, your little thing.
Hey, he was one of the best parts of the second movie.
I enjoyed the actor they picked. I just think if they pick somebody else, it'd work just as well.
Oh, it's filtering your comment. That sucks.
Huh?
Calypso says it's filtering my comment. Because it said, Peter wants the MU. And I'm like, the hell? Well, for Percy, but laugh my ass off. I think it's so funny about Lin-Manuel. Oh, Lin-Manuel. Okay, about him. The brief amount of screen time I've seen so far, he literally is in an elevator, and he does the trademark smirk that you're known Hermes to do. So it honestly does look like Lin paid a lot of attention to Nathan Fillion's interpretation and decided to run with it. So that's a good thing.
Well, we were talking about that downstairs, how I think he did that on purpose, so that way it's not just, you're just taking the spot. It's like, okay, no, he actually has paid attention because he's...
Yeah, it felt like Nathan Fillion was playing the character.
Going
in
the proper way, like with the original movies.
Yeah.
Which I found quite interesting that you saw that, and we went over that a little bit. They haven't written anything like shit.
Yeah, no, I was loving the fact that when I watched the little bit about a screen time I saw of him, when he did the whole smirk, like the smirk thing, and then he's like, "You guys are not going to believe this," and he starts going into the building with the plot spoiler. I was sitting there and I was watching that, and I'm like, okay, I see what they're doing. They're having him do watch Nathan Fillion probably, or they just happen to be similar. That Lin-Manuel. I said Peter wants the mommy milkers about Sally.
Oh my god. I saw
people sympathizing with Luke because of Lin being cast. Funny internet joke about Lin-Manuel being cringe. Huh? I don't understand that part.
About the actor. So that's why they're like backing Luke.
Sympathizing for Luke? I mean, yeah, he's a sympathetic villain.
Well, I mean, it's
and a plot twist.
This goes back into the Lucifer and all the other like stories that we always talk about. It's the bad guy who's not really bad.
Yeah, no, Luke is
because
tragic.
He's given that role. He's just like he plays it to fucking.
I love what they're doing with Luke, the character.
Having him
as his dad, LOL. Yeah, no, I love him. I love Luke as the character. I love the way that they're doing it.
Being meta.
Fan base being meta. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, no, I love Lin-Manuel being. I love the fact that Lin was because when I was watching Luke, I was trying not to say his last name because apparently it's a spoiler according to a couple of different videos I saw. I didn't remember that part because it's been years since I've read the books. But like I was there watching the scenes with Luke and Percy and being like, now that because I knew who was cast for Hermes. I knew who was cast before I saw it.
People who've read the book and watched the movies know the story.
Yeah.
And they're rewatching the story as them doing it as a series so that way they can put in more details and like fully push out or properly tell the story from a like video platform instead of the little short 2 hours that they have to shove everything into.
Yeah.
That's where I like that they've done it.
I still wish the episodes were longer, but yes.
Well, that's just your little snitch.
Yes, it is. I haven't even read the books before the first few chapters because I have like 5 of the books. What are you doing, Todd? Read the damn books. Gotta read them through already.
Busy working.
Yeah. LOL, shame, Todd, shame. Yes, indeed.
No shame. No, wrong. Wrong, children. It's not shame, it's...
Hey, if you get a hold of the audiobooks, that counts too.
Yeah, see, that's what I was going to say. Go straight to the audiobooks.
You can just listen to them. I literally just got done making sure I had all the audiobooks for the first series so that I could listen to them again.
Because Robin and Mom read them, but I don't.
But didn't get me into when they started.
That's fine.
That's fine.
You don't have to get into it. That's where I like...
You're not... Okay, when I said shame, that's a joke.
Pause. That's like people bitching or talking about how Interview with the Vampire versus the movie, Brain.
Which one?
Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah, the first movie with Tom Cruise?
Yeah, and then, I'm having a brain fart on the character's name. That's the main character for Queen of the Damned movie. Queen of the Damned, that's what it was. But I've actually listened to the books. I found them on YouTube, and I've listened to the whole audiobook.
Yeah.
And I see where people bitch about the movies, but also it's like, it's the movie adaptation, so they have to change some stuff because they...
Well, yeah, you're having to compress the entire story into 2 hours.
Yes, Anne Rice.
Yeah, Anne Rice, the author.
They didn't leave you out.
What was that part? Well,
I was reading it. Juju and
got Mom and Robin into it. Well, I want, but I just need more time to read in general. That's true. No, that's not what I meant to do. Shaking my head left me out. I don't think anyone left you out. I pursued it myself. I think that out of anybody, I think, because I introduced you guys to it, or at least was a helpful factor, Jackie, before Jackie became...
she's saying left out by Calypso.
Before Jackie became Jace, that was the person who got me into Percy Jackson. Jackie Webster, who I knew from high school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they got me into Percy Jackson. It wasn't until I dragged you.
Nobody got me
introduced
into Percy Jackson. The movie came out, I saw it, and then I went, oh, okay.
That's at Calypso. So as far as this goes, though, you could listen to the audiobooks and be just fine. Like you could literally just put the earbuds in your ear and just watch them, listen to them.
If I can
and
find
the audiobook's like 11 hours.
Like
so.
If I can find them on YouTube and I don't have to spend money on Audible, I'm down.
Yeah, within a shift and a half, you're done. Like a shift and a half.
Not even that. I can literally zone out to the ether. You've seen me talk about it, right? Zone out to the ether and
I am right.
Go.
You were right, Calypso. I did drag you into Harry Potter and Percy Jackson.
No, I think
the freak.
Harry Potter. Accidentally, everybody got dragged into it because of my goofy ass. Because it came out and I was bitching. Everybody was giving me shit about the fucking books in high school when it came out. I'm like, why are you all trying to make fun of me? My name is Badass. Shut up. Kiss my ass.
I was kind of over the top when dragging her into Percy Jackson and Potter, though.
the Percy Jackson, I like where the later on series goes into the other, like, godheads and whatnot.
Yeah.
My instant thought on that, I'm like, oh, so we're doing, like, a Wiccan viewpoint of, yeah, no, it's not just one godhead, it's multiple godheads. We can't just, like...
For which series?
Percy Jackson.
Percy
if you
Jackson.
Get past
that's Greek gods,
the Greek Roman gods,
yeah.
It goes into the Norse gods and then other godheads and how they interact with each other and the other mythos.
Magnus Chase is the Nordic gods.
No, I know, but I'm saying it's in the Percy Jackson series because each set, the first three are just the Percy Jackson, but he's in all the other sets going down. It literally goes like I think it's up to like 12 or 15 books.
With the way that they're receiving the series, though, if they go for like 2 or 3 seasons at least, we're gonna see like 5 spinoffs.
What book? On which part? Me talking about them leaving the Roman and Greek gods?
What? Sorry, I have to scroll. I mean, Robin got me a book for Xmas, and I want to read, but no time. The Live. What book? Fourth Wing, the viral TikTok dragon book. Okay.
No. What Juju got for Christmas because bitch divorced me.
Oh, you mean okay. I've seen that one a couple times on TikTok.
I literally looked at the information.
I don't spend a lot of time
on
TikTok for viral stuff.
And I saw it as by the description of it and reading the first page.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I could get into this book because of the dynamic, the way they started.
Yeah.
Because certain books like Dumbass Bitch and certain other people I know, it's like there's not enough action in the first fucking 3 pages or 4 pages. It's like it's literally telling you the dynamic of the story where everything starts. Why are you bitching that there's not enough action? You don't get to the action until chapter 2 or 3.
What's funny is I actually have changed a lot as a writer myself. I actually have been having a lot more fun with Prince of Brimstone with not doing constant action nonstop.
Right.
It's fun. Like it's more cerebral and psychological now. With some.
I mean, plus it's more reality. It's like when everybody's like, well, there's not enough action. It's like, how far did you get into the book? Only like chapter 2 or 3. It's like, read more, you stupid fuck. I mean, not to be mean to people, but it's like,
it's kind of like
if you can't get past the first 2 to 3 or to at least chapter 6,
yeah,
before you decide it's a shit book, then shut up. Or at least halfway through the book. Because if it's a 30 chapter book, then you have to
details.
That way.
Sorry, I missed some stuff.
No, you're good.
My friend's reading this. It supposedly has adult stuff in it. Yes, it does. I've heard details. Ooh boy, what details?
That's like
erotic details.
No, hang on. It's like the vampire series I had, which you didn't realize at first, but it's literally like half the book, or like or like 2/3 of the book.
Saucy, meaty stuff.
Oh, it's fucking straight fucking. Multiple people fucking, gay sex, BDSM shit. Oh no, dude!
There.
I'm gonna be
You're
honest.
right on Foot
It's got
Street.
all of it, dude. Quite literally.
Yeah, spicy is what she said.
Well, I
Hot
mean,
chili peppers.
she literally took the book because I'm like, here, you might like this book. They just threw it in her because it was I got a book I'd already bought in the series. I'm like, here, and literally it was like the second book in the series, and 90% of the or 80% of the book is like, fucking, some shit happened. Fucking, some shit happened. Fucking shit happened while fucking shit happened. Fucking end of story. Have a wonderful day.
37 dicks in a row.
In a chapter, maybe.
Oh shit. But has a content warning at the beginning of the book.
No, I was trying to see what. Hi.
Hi, Sam. Sam John Russell. Can you sing? Not very well. Do you want to have your eardrums burst?
Or
bleed?
I can, but I need background music, and we don't want to get demonetized.
You want your ears to bleed. That's cute. There you go.
No.
Oh, you're gonna sing.
Fuck no. I was joking. Like I said, I don't have music, so that's not where I go. I literally have to have like the headbanger music, like literally sitting in my ear on Bluetooth and just screaming it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Come on, let's do it. See how cute. Just for the Sam Russell.
You just want me to scream, not really scream.
He's
sing.
just a poor boy from a poor family.
I'm white trash. Leave me alone.
There you go. There's some poor singing.
Sorry, I'm having something going off my head because somebody said sing, and I'm like, no. This song, no. This song, that's ICP. We'll get fucking killed. Bing, this song, that's not really headbanger. This song, that's not a screamer. This song, not a screamer. This song, I would sound like shit screaming that.
Yeah.
I'm literally like diving through the whole fucking like 1,000,001 songs I have memorized over the fucking past 40 years of my life.
Speaking of, I absolutely loved the Queen movie. You mean Freddie Mercury and stuff?
Yeah.
Mom had us watch that movie over and over again.
It's a funny one.
And we were blazed as fuck, and it was great.
Oh, of course. It's 10 times more fun when you're blazed.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. That was years and years ago.
Okay.
Wish she was still around.
Think about it this way. Have you ever seen the movie The Land Before Time?
Yeah.
I mean, not The Land Before Time. The Never-Ending Brain Fart. The Never-Ending Story.
Yeah.
Watch that high as fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, that's trippy.
Yeah,
especially with the way, like, with the dragon and certain of the other characters interact. It's like, this is fucking...
It was one Saturday.
It makes more sense while I'm high as shit.
It was like 9 a.m., raining and everything. Went to Phillips, got a drink. Went to the gas station, and then came back, and Mom happened to... And it was when Arian's like 1 or 2 years old. And,
of course.
And Mom had us watching movies all day, and so we were watching Neverending Story, we were watching some of the other stuff, and we were revisiting a lot of parts of childhood.
How deep have you ever dove into the Neverending Story series? Because the Neverending Story goes like the book, like to I think it's 4 or 5 movies.
We watched the first
series.
one, I think. And
the like.
I didn't know there was more of them.
Yeah, the first 2 are the 2 most people know of the Neverending Story. Most people don't know about the 3rd one. I found the 3rd one, watched the fuck out of it.
No, I think we watched.
And
the
then
sequel.
the 4th or the 5th one came out. I never saw them, and then randomly they were on TV.
What am I missing out on?
I think there's 4 because I randomly saw it on TV once. The 4th, the Neverending Story, which was never supposed to be put out, but somebody put it out. Huh. It was on like a PBS.
See, I only remember the first and maybe the second. The second one's big.
Yeah, see, he says there's 4 also for the Neverending
4?
Story. Yeah, because I watched the first 3. I never knew there was a 4, and I found it when I was, oh god, this was like 10 years ago when I was 30.
I'm having flashbacks.
At random on TV, and I only caught like 20 minutes, half an hour of it, because I had to leave. I didn't get to watch the whole thing. I was actually pissed.
I'm having flashbacks to being at work at DirecTV and them showing those movies on Showtime now, and I didn't realize.
Random ass channel.
And I didn't realize it was different movies. I thought it was the same freaking movie.
Right? Well, I mean, the way it goes from one to the other, you don't see it as separate movies because if you play them in a row,
because it's
vague. Just one fucking giant ass full day.
My
movie.
Memory of that series is blurry. I only remember the first one.
Alexa says 3. Well, Alexa's a lying cunt. The last being Escape from
Fantasia.
Yeah, no. I remember that one, but they came up with some random bullshit one that was a 4th one, and it sucked ass.
Alexa isn't all-knowing. We all know that, Todd.
Yeah, no shit.
Is it just me, or does Hallmark just crab out 80 movies during Christmas? Yes, they do,
yes,
Sam.
No, not 80. They shit out 100 just to piss everybody off.
I was gonna say 500 with the same plot.
No. They crap out 100 new movies every year, but they have to stick in the other 200 to 300 they've crapped out the last 10 years. So that way they keep the people who've watched the movies in nostalgia bullshit.
Yeah. And acting is mediocre and low budget. They were acting in the first place. I thought they were just reading off a script.
They weren't doing that good a job, bunch of pussies.
I mean, I've watched quite a few Hallmark movies, especially when I was at work on a Saturday or Sunday. I was bored. And I'm just
do you know what the shittiest freaking...
This is a movie.
No. Do you know what the shittiest way Hallmark did a movie series about Christmas and family that is completely anti-Christmas, well, not anti-family, just anti-Christmas?
Yeah.
The Good Witch. Some of the I think 2 of the 3 or 4 Good Witch movies literally
a teleprompter. Yes.
During Christmas. That's the first and I think it's the 3rd movie of the Good Witch.
Yep.
Or whatever it's supposed to be.
I wonder if every president's ever done a Hallmark movie because they read off a teleprompter, right?
Well, if they're a shitty president. That's the only reason Trump was good because he just spoke from his from the lunacy in his own head. Well, fuck you. Here's what I see, and here's the reality I know.
Todd, same difference, right? Movie, thought it was a show.
I've been seeing that.
Then during Halloween, all Hallmark plays is Hocus Pocus. I mean, that's not wrong. Yeah, that's why you go to Shudder for good Halloween movies.
No. See, during Halloween, I don't go to any channel. I literally just dive into my horror films and just...
Well, that's why Shudder exists for $5 a month.
Fuck that. If I already own all the movies, why would I waste my cash?
That's true.
I mean, no offense, but if I already own all the freaking scary movies that I know are blood, guts, and look like real murders, I'm just going to put on a real murder film. Fuck off. Kiss my ass. Or watch 1,000,001 serial killer things.
You sponsored?
No, but we wish we were. He should have been when he was doing the...
Laugh my ass off. At least we have a Hocus Pocus 2. What are you kidding about? That movie was trash. I didn't like it.
It made sense, but you had to look at it from the right point of view.
Don't advertise for free, King. LOL. That's true. I like saying I like things.
I said DVD.
Yeah.
I mean, wasn't that you and JB's whole thing, the horror movie genre, horror movies and mostly that sort of shit. And I'm just why don't y'all be hey, we like doing horror movie reviews.
That's true.
You sponsor us so that way we can literally watch it for free.
Too.
But see, you have to just become so big they can't say no to your sponsor.
Hocus Pocus 2 is mid. Exactly, right, Todd?
Well, no, I agree it was mid.
Mid as hell.
It made sense to finalize the story on the sisters. I just didn't like the way they told the story. The story was good, but the way they portrayed it as a TV movie, on-screen story, complete shit.
Yeah.
It as a book would have done 10 times better than it did as a freaking screen.
See, I liked the first movie so much, and it was such a big part of my childhood. That's why Hocus Pocus 2 was a stab.
On Bob Ross. He was a goofy old fuck when I was a kid.
He was awesome. I like Bob Ross. Bob Ross was good and wholesome, but I can't stand watching it. My roommate sleeps to it sometimes, though.
No. See, I used to watch it with Mom as a kid. I found it fucking hilarious. So he's like, oops, a mistake. You know what? Fuck it. We're just going to make it part of the painting. I mean
Bob Ross is an artistic legend.
But see, his whole thing that he always talks about also fits in with the whole thing of writing a story like you. It's well, fuck, I didn't mean to put that fact in there. You know what? Screw it, I'm going to run with it.
Yeah.
That's a whole new part of the story that nobody was supposed to know. That's in my head only.
Yeah.
Oops, I accidentally put it in a fucking book earlier, a couple chapters early.
Yeah,
Fuck
that's
it,
kind of
run
how
with
I
it.
am though. I'll even forget what I put in there. Happy little trees.
Legend.
He likes the ASMR sound and great artist. Well, yeah, of course.
I mean,
I probably
Bob
should actually.
Ross
I actually
is
probably
a
should listen to Bob
badass.
Ross more often, because that would be great for meditation.
Well, I mean, just listen to the lunacy. He's literally an old me.
Yeah.
Hair, but because he's from the era of like fucking afros,
The
his
old,
hair always went
it's like
out.
an old you
and
who is far removed from the trauma of Teresa.
far removed from existence, dude. He was so far out there. He's like the hippie who smokes weed and decided to make a TV show to make millions, literally doing what he likes to do, goof off and pain.
Yeah.
It's fuck around, find out in a fun way, not in a I'm gonna kill you, you cross the line. It's the
Yep.
you stupid fuck. Alright, now we're gonna put trees here by stabbing the fucking
You'd love it, Peter. XD. Yes, I'm sure I would.
That's the
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
Yeah, no, I see. That's the thing is, I used to watch Bob Ross all the time as a kid.
Right, because it was on PBS
Yeah.
and we were poor and we didn't have
I
any real
am
TV.
2 years older than you, Calypso. So it's like
And I'm 10 years older and I watched
Yeah.
Bob Ross with Mom as a kid. It's
you're
literally
the
just put it,
age of
I
my
just
aunts,
put on
So
PBS and like, oh, Bob Ross is on. Okay, cool. Let's sit and watch you paint. That
Yeah.
was, I just had fun with that because for me, for the artist part of it, everything he said, I'm like, okay, I can use that also over here. I can use that in life. I can do this.
yeah,
He's literally preaching without
Yeah.
being a preacher. Like me. I don't try to preach. I just try to tell facts that I know as facts.
when I was a kid, some of my core memories are watching
That's
PBS
how I
Kids
learned
in the
to
morning,
paint.
Nickelodeon,
Flip so.
Cartoon Network, and then on one of them was Bob Ross and some of the other stuff that was there, and then you had the later evening cartoons. But then by that time, Mom would interrupt it and say, "Screw
Go to
off,
bed.
screw off, Days of Our Lives time," and I'd be like, "Yeah!" And then we
See,
either
there's the
we
fun
either
part
be
with
lucky for
Nanny,
PlayStation
when we
or
went
we'd
down
go to
to
bed.
Florida with
Yeah.
my great aunts and my great grandmother, it was literally, we're watching this. I just sit down and go, okay.
Though hell hath no fury like a woman scorned when I recorded Pokemon over top of Days of Our Lives.
Dude, I watched Days of Our Lives as a kid with my grandmother and
I
her
didn't.
sisters and my great grandmother.
I just could play with Days of Our Lives was on.
But see, that's the difference between your generation and mine. Even though it's not that far, distance wise.
That's
I mean-
how I learned to paint. I
Yeah, she
mean,
was saying that about Bob.
yeah, I mean, you were kind of being like a Bob Ross for the last little bit. You should go back to that, and you should just ignore the
Haters.
ogre.
Fuck the haters.
You know what? You
Because
know
the
what?
haters
the
are your
ogre-
biggest fan. Be like, thanks for hating, bitch. I know you love me.
You know what? You know what he said the other day?
Huh.
She was gonna paint me a Christmas present on Sunday, and
Bitch, complain.
and then he literally shoved the damn thing out of his way in the living room and was like, "Get this shit out of the way. It's useless and pathetic," and was talking mad shit.
Oh,
So
and
she
it was
did-
talking crap about the
about the giant tapestry that she had that I'd spent
the
money on.
the white.
Yeah, the white thing.
Canvas.
The white canvas.
Sorry, I was looking for the word.
Yeah, no, he kicked it and then shoved it out of the way and called it a useless piece of crap, and told her
It's
that she should just
because
stop.
he has no mental capacity for anything artistic. It's like I said, his soul's broken. The demons are always whispering in his ears, so he can't see the beauty of just enjoying art or music or anything.
Yeah,
The only music he likes
told her
is
I'm like, "Just
literally
paint anyway."
redneck music, which literally says, I went and fucked somebody else and then my wife shot me. It's like, are you trying to predict the future? Like, what the fuck's going on here, motherfucker? It's true. I know it's true. I've lived it for freaking 4 years.
Let's quote WWE real quick. It's true. It's true. It's damn true.
Or no. You know why it's true? Because that shit's so motherfucker.
Yeah. Because
I'll go back.
Cold said so.
I'll go back to the 90s because I said so, motherfuckers.
That's an insult to Shrek. Don't call Rusty an ogre.
I like that. I mean, he quite literally is worse than that. He's literally a demon because the demons are the ones running this fucking show.
Yeah.
And he's an idiot and doesn't know how to take over his own goddamn program. I mean, we've discussed this a million times. We've even talked about it. But we talked about it, I think it was last night and the night before. Literally, me being here has literally crushed that part of him.
Yeah,
especially when he
weird,
sees me, because if he sees me, he's like, if I do that, I'm literally going to get jumped back at. I just won't do that.
You know, I've noticed a change in, like, temperament and energy. It's been pretty great.
I have that weird, positive reaction.
And what's funny is I told him this months ago.
Well, no. I think it's funny because you've told me a few times where you literally said, well, your son says this, that. You literally give him my whole freaking thing. I've told you that this is how he operates, and the idiot that can't even control it because he's an idiot and has no self-awareness.
Yeah.
And literally you've told him that so many times repeatedly because we've had discussions on it, and it's like, yeah, he knows not to come at me because I know all of his shit down to the last fucking inkling. As small a measurement as you can get.
Trump or Biden? I mean, neither, please.
No. I have the solution for this. Trump if we have to, and I'll burn Biden on a stake like he's the witch. Because fuck that motherfucker. He doesn't even think in a straight line. He's not even running the country, even though he was voted for him to run the country. Everybody else is running. Yeah, just put up the stupid puppet. Let's see what the fuck dumbass says today.
I mean, if you just put Biden on a Baby Yoda floater, maybe he can get around without tripping.
Well, no. See, the only reason he
Neither politicians are grody. I mean, Trump's not even a politician, really. He's just a business guy with a big mouth.
Well, no. He wasn't a politician, but now he's become one because of some of the arguments he gives. But I mean, that's like put me in office. You know, I'm not a politician. I'll never be a politician. It's like, well, we're gonna bring it. Well, you did all this shit. Did I? Or is that just what everybody claims? I just sit back and let the fire come at me. I mean, you've seen me, especially with the stupidity down the road with the new ex-wife. It's just like, oh, you think you can light me on fire? Motherfucker, I'm literally taking a fucking warm bath in a fucking goddamn volcano. Bring it, bitch.
Yeah. I find it funny how people get all that about some of these politicians. And
well, because some of them, the Indian Asian dude.
Oh, you mean Vivek?
I don't know. The youngest one.
Guy with a funny last name is what he calls
I don't know. He's the youngest.
Ramaswamy.
He's the youngest guy.
Vivek Ramaswamy. I quoted him, and then you just start laughing when I say his last name.
I mean, yeah. Okay, what do we got? Okay.
Rate my...
Y'all, okay, scroll down.
Y'all cute. Rate my Insta, Sarah's Howl, XOXO, please. Okay.
We're not going to do that because we don't do that on our live broadcast.
I mean, I'll probably look at your picture and go, ooh, you're cute, but that's about it.
I mean...
You had it right.
I can always look, but...
He's married, maybe Karnage can.
I don't guarantee anything except for maybe a dick pic, but you won't even get that nowadays because it's not worth the waste of a perfectly good phone pic.
Why not what?
We don't do that on lives.
Yeah,
we literally randomly talk about everything and nothing.
We don't typically hit on the audience or anything like that. Rate my Insta. Why? What's on your Instagram aside from pictures?
Are you one of these chicks who wears the see-through dresses and shows them who
y'all scared? Nah.
That's just not who we are.
We just don't really care.
Pull up the sound bites.
Alright.
We'll just start doing sound bites since we're getting trolls in here now.
Alright.
I mean, I don't mind the trolls, you know. It's all interaction, so I just laugh at the stupidity. What was that?
Oh, she took a screenshot of the stream earlier.
Oh, yeah, about the guy calling her Satanist.
One person.
Yeah, because she thought it was personal.
Yeah, I guess. I gotta head to bed now. Damn it, Todd.
Whatever, get some sleep, homie.
Well. Sleep
Love
well
you,
and have a good night. I'm a troll now? I don't know about that. I just know that you are saying stuff in the chat and we're just responding to it. If you want to hang out still, cool.
Me, and then just scroll all the way down to the first one, right there. That one.
Podcast.
Yeah, everything after that is for the podcast.
Yep. So we're basically gonna play some sounds real quick, and then talk about it real quick. So this is kind of what we've been doing. Am 2 hours ahead, silly. I know.
Whatever.
Good nighty night.
Love you, Todd. Don't kill anybody when you wake up.
Love you, bro.
No murder.
Ah, glasses keep falling on my face. Bluetooth.
Alright, scroll up. I just scroll up and scroll back now.
Working out is my cardio. Protein shakes are my beer. The pre-workout is my shots. The pump is my buzz. And the pain is my hangover. We are not the same.
Now let's discuss that for like 5 minutes.
Working out is my cardio.
I'm gonna play it again.
Protein shakes are my beer. The pre-workout is my shots. The pump is my buzz. And the pain is my hangover. We are not the same.
I mean, does that not describe us?
Yeah, no, it does. Like,
especially when you first, like, when I first started drinking, you were like, what the hell is this? And, like, that was me.
mm-hmm. All like flex. Like,
well,
I just,
that,
I like.
For me, it's not even the flex anymore. It's just like, no, I go to the gym because it's fun.
Yeah.
How can you have fun working out?
Ah.
Come with me, I will show you.
Yeah, now it's just like, I doing the weeks that we just don't go to the gym is just wrong. Where are y'all gains? You don't look like you work out. That's fine. That's fine for you.
I don't need to look like I work out because I work out.
They go every night.
I could probably lift
Woo-woo.
you, throw you around the bedroom, put a smile on your face, and still walk 5 miles for shits and giggles to go fuck the next bitch. Okay, next soundbite.
What's funny is I actually surprised the shit out of Rachel by lifting her up and tossing her around like a rag doll.
I mean, you should toss everybody around like a rag doll.
Yeah,
the
that's
next
true.
soundbite, because I always love doing soundbites.
It's healthy to be psycho once in a while. Climb a mountain. Run a marathon. You need challenges to find your limits. You need limits to find yourself. There's a version of you that only exists at the end of extreme effort. You enter a dark, dreamlike maze inside your mind. You see yourself from the third person, and the only way out is becoming someone new. It's healthy to be psycho once in a while.
I would say yes, and especially when we go to the gym, and I'm always like,
Well,
you'll sit there and we'll go back and forth on what workouts we're doing, and then like I will end up being like, let's do more than what we typically do, and you're like, I can't.
Okay.
And then you're like, okay, well I'll see you at the pool, and I'm like, but.
Well, you did that 2 workouts back on the last workout. I'm like, alright, you want to see, motherfucker? My knee's fucked up. Let's see if I can do the leg press.
Yep.
For shits and giggles.
Yep, and it was fun as hell.
And I did like, what was it, 300-400?
Yeah.
And I the first one was the 20 pounds of just the leg thing, and then we added another 20 pounds, 10 pounds on each side, and I just went. It wasn't even to work out, it was to stretch out my injured leg, and I got the freaking 300-400. I'm like, I'm good now.
Then of course I racked up the metal and then went for freaking 300 reps.
You're like, oh, I didn't realize you did 400. Alright, I gotta do 300 more, and you just went full asshole at it.
Yep.
And I just laughed, and we had fun. We
I had to
goofed
balance
off.
on my arms, because if I'm only doing arms or just doing legs, I have to balance them out. So
Yep.
I'm always
Well,
doing
and then we went over to the bench
equal.
press for shits and giggles. I'm like, alright, 45 on each side, just a stretch, and then we turned it down to 35 to see how much we could do.
Yeah, and then you're like, I told him, like, well, we have almost 10,000 reps already, and you're like, oh,
Hey, what was that?
hey,
Sam Jones
guess what?
Rose. Sam John Russell.
400
Howdy,
is
dude.
crazy as fuck, liar. No, not lies at all. That's actually, we tend to do more than that.
We don't do excessive amount of weights, but we do excessive amount of reps.
I'm only not muting because interaction will get retraction. What, Sam? What's up? Where's the muscles at, though? What are you talking about?
But see, here's the funny part. And we've discussed this. And you want to know where the muscles are? Right here. Just because I do 1,000 reps every time I go to the gym does not mean I show muscle. It literally, well, that's on the low end and you know it.
Yeah.
But it's literally, I don't do it for the show off muscles, I do it for the strength. Mm-hmm. Especially with me being disabled with, look this up, because the way you're trying to troll right now, it's the thing of, I have what's called Charcot-Marie Tooth. Look up the disability. I have all inclinations of all the freaking parts of that disability, so I literally have to fight a war to even get a basic workout in. So I don't need to show muscles. I'm doing it to maintain being mortal and being a badass in my broken ass body.
And I have to be called He-Man a lot because there's a lot of people around me who will sit there and they'll have me help them move stuff or help them do things around whatever, whether it's lifting dressers, lifting this, lifting that. And then one buddy goes... I remember the first
story you told me about that, helping somebody move, and you were like just picking
what
everybody else considered it heavier than the shit stuff. It's just like, what are you talking about? This is like...
Yeah, and I'm just like going, alright, let's go. And I'm just having fun with it, not trying to show off or anything. And they're just like going, okay, He-Man. And I'm like, this is a warm-up. What are you talking about, He-Man?
Well, see, there's the funny part. It's the thing. I don't need to be bulked out like a motherfucker.
Well, we're not doing drugs.
Plus, also, I'm like 40 and you're 32. So
yeah,
it's like...
we're not doing steroids or anything.
I'm past the age of lift weights to build big muscles. And, I mean, even my son, before the divorce was finalized, she pulling the shit she's pulling now. It's literally me and you just sitting there doing this, showing off our shoulders and stuff, and my son's like, holy fucking shit, y'all are huge. It's like, am I? I don't feel huge.
Right, exactly.
I'm just working out for therapy.
We're just enjoying the grind of it and enjoying the dopamine release it gives us. Sorry if I offended you.
No, you didn't offend me. I'm just explaining what I know from... Let's see, I worked out for 3 years before I've been started dragging him to the gym, and that's been another 4 years. So I've been going to the gym for 7 years straight almost. So for me, I started to get big, I started to lose weight, and then I realized that was pointless. That's not why I should go. I took some personal time to build a great relationship with my kids, and now gym is just fun if and when I want to.
Yeah,
this guy have to.
This guy can pack on a gut and then lose it within 6 months, and then also gain muscle in the process. I am not kidding.
You've seen both ends of me shrink, put the gut back on, and then take it back off.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden around people around me who are like, I'm trying to lose 10 pounds, and I'm like, I watched him shed 70.
If I literally just suck it in, it's just like, okay, yeah, okay. I just sit like this all day, I'll just suck in my gut. And it doesn't hurt, it doesn't bother me, there's no negative interaction except for when I don't flex, and then my abdomen does that, like, super flex. I mean, you've experienced it, and we've discussed it excessively. It's extreme flex where it's like, my muscles are trying to crush my ribs. This hurts to breathe. Okay, breathe slowly.
Yeah, what's even funnier is when I got up at the Golden Corral.
And there's been like 10 messages.
I took the wife out to Golden Corral again recently, and we were trying to watch the Matt Rife special just to see why people were mad. And I was just watching it with her, and then we got done with some of our food. I was laughing so hard that like my gut was hurting and my abs went. I was like, I'm having a Karnage issue now.
But see, there's the thing though, and that's what you're gonna have to scroll down because there was a lot of comments. There was like
there was
6 or 7, yeah. Right about there.
Good thing I didn't mute Intuition on par. Guys, their names are Karnage left and Peter right. Well, TPAW, but yeah. What's up, Sam?
What's up?
I don't know who this Sam is, but
I'm not.
Howdy. Or maybe
we've been having some conversation with Sam.
No.
But
No. Maybe it's this. I am the son of Sam. I am the serial killer. Is that what you're referring to? Our lovely beards, the serial killer beards that we currently have?
That Sam is me.
Oh, howdy. Just double checking, making sure we weren't getting lost or
do I know this Sam from somewhere, or are you a complete stranger?
Do you know us from the gym or somewhere crazy? I mean, because I've lived my life in literal, like, freaking hell. And
Stranger. Okay.
so just a random person that came to
Well, hello.
enjoy
Nice
the
to meet you.
discussion. All right, let's do the next soundbite.
Okay.
Because I think I gave you like 4 or 5, so you just gotta. Yeah, no. Alright, there you go. They're mostly gym stuff, guys.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to go into it.
One thing I realized when I started to go to the gym is that some workouts are for building muscle, some are for burning calories, and some for burning memories. One thing I realized when I started...
Yep.
And that's what we were talking about when she asked about where's the big, bulk. It's like, sometimes the gym is just therapy to, like, it was saying.
Honestly,
the memories.
our form is not shown with our clothing because of the fact
It's
that
shown with
we
what
don't
we
wear
lift when we
form-fitting clothing on purpose. Like, I myself don't care whether or not I wear something that shows off my muscles or whatever.
And you tried to play it off too. Then I called you out and made you stop
Yeah.
eating.
Hi, Robbo. Because Clubzo says Robbo's in here.
Oh, what's
That
up, Robin?
surprise me. There she is.
Hi, what's up? You missed Todd earlier. We don't wear form-fitting clothing much. Like, we're not gonna look like...
Dude, if I did, I mean, I still have a belly, but I mean, if I did and I flex all the time, dude, I wouldn't have to go try to look for the next Mrs. Potter, or I wouldn't even have to look for the next piece of ass. I am here.
We just flex and shit, and then they, like, try to, like, talk shit online, and then when they see you in person, go, oh my god, you're real.
Or, how the fuck are you that big?
Yeah.
I just am.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what I was talking about. Everybody's like, you're too prideful. That's a sin or stuff like that. It's like,
See, I'm getting
pride has
closer.
nothing to do with it. It's
I'm
just
getting closer to
confidence.
looking like the comic book Wolverine.
I wouldn't let you get on
Camera, babe, if you did.
she already talking shit. You can't get too bulky because she gonna be like, no, bitch. All these bitches will be hounding your ass. No, they'll be too busy hounding and drooling over the single guy.
If I was closer, like much closer to the Wolverine comic book Wolverine than I wanted to be, I'd be on camera
Mine,
anyway.
She's talking to you, homie, not me.
Yeah. She's like, mine, uwu.
I literally tell the women, if you want to chase. I don't, I'm not going to say I'll chase you back, but we can have fun with the...
Yeah, I know. I have 1,000 times more self-confidence than before I went to the gym. I'll just say that.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I don't
And I
need...
enjoy being around you because you're like, yeah, fuck everybody. I go to the gym. I'm a badass. Screw
And
it.
I have a lot more stamina. I have a lot more resilience and strength training now and foundation. And
Right?
don't need someone on the internet to be like, oh yeah, you look like a beefy person ass because you look like you took steroids. Like, no. Like,
But see,
there's so
that's
many
my
things
whole
that it's
thing.
beneficial
It's like,
to.
if I like concentrate on like my chest or something, it bulks and it bulks and it bulks. And the issue is, if I don't stay on that spot, it literally doesn't stay all bulked out.
Yeah.
But I mean, you've seen me after, and I've seen you after we just get done doing like shoulders or like triceps and thighs and
I have to sit there in my...
we just sit there and go at the gym and look at the mirror. It's like, okay, yep, no, I got...
Yep.
Alright, it all came through. You can see it. Alright, we're good. Move on.
Yep. And then I have to sit in your the seat next to you in the car and be like this. Because I realized I got bulk.
And we just laugh about it. And we make fun of each other in a positive way.
She said, yeah, stamina. It's because I railroad her ass.
Well, I mean, if you don't railroad her, then you're not being a good husband.
Yeah.
We've discussed that bullshit.
She will be
too.
done. She will be done and tapped out. And I'm like, I'm ready to keep
And now
going.
she's laughing.
This
her
is
ass
a
off.
warm up. Like, she'll be tapped out and everything, be like, oh my god, I'm dead. And I'm just like going, that was a warm up. Let's go.
Dead, bitch. I still got another 20 minutes. What you talking about?
Right? It's because
it's a mentality thing. Plus, after going to the gym for so long, just the pure endurance and stability you have of just go. It's like, can you like stop? I'm literally like dead and dry. I don't care. I haven't blown my load.
Yeah.
You're fucked, bitch, until I get mine, Jollies. But I got mine. Good for you. I'm not done.
Right?
Next soundbite, though.
Started to go.
Wrong one.
Well,
Go back to Messenger, asshole. Do you
No,
want
no,
the South
I
Park?
want you to do the funny one.
The South Park one?
Yeah.
South Park put out an episode titled Joining the Panderverse, where Cartman is transported to some alternate diverse universe where every character in the show is a woman of color.
Why are they replacing every single character with someone who is diverse? But then Kennedy's like, it's not our fault, it's because of Kathleen Kennedy. But then Kathleen Kennedy's just like, fuck it, make it more lame. And everyone in town is like, no, please, Kathleen Kennedy, stop ruining everything. But Kathleen Kennedy is all like, put another gay diverse woman in it, make it more fucking lame. And the Disney stock just keeps going down and down and down. And then Bob Iger is all like, no, that's going on with my stocks. No, Kathleen Kennedy.
I mean, that is comedic perfection. Disney is going to shit. And you have Cartman blaming Kathleen Kennedy, who she's the woman that wrote the new Star Wars film. He's blaming Kathleen for making the Disney movies suck. Reach, Cartman.
I thought that was priceless, and you
I was
enjoyed
laughing
the fuck out of that.
so hard when I watched that.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
so damn hard.
No, I knew it would get you to laugh, but I mean, it's the hilarity. We're gonna make fun of this dumb broad who screwed basically the pooch of Star Wars, and we'll just say it's all her fault for Disney going super living fag.
Yep.
And just laugh and just sit and watch the whole fucking thing burn down because it's funny as shit. And somebody, I think they gave laughs. Yeah, they laughed at it too.
Yeah, that was Robin.
Yep. I mean, the facts, you can't deny the facts are hilarity.
Yes.
Because whenever, like, any show, especially South Park, because they literally throw out the facts on everything all the time, and it's just like, hey, you're calling that dumbass out. This is fun. I like this.
Now, I love the hilarity of it because, like, in the last year, it has been well documented just how much...
Excessive.
Yeah,
how much
Disney has just
gone
shit the
off
bed
the fucking
and
rails, man.
put themselves in their own form of purgatory. Like, they
They
have lost
fucked themselves. It's
so
like,
much money
Where
in the last
Disney,
year.
we can come back from this, and they're still falling. It's like, you can.
Like, if
What
you were
crack
to
are you
told
smoking?
me,
Because I want some of that, you stupid bitch.
if you had told me clear back when Endgame came out that they were gonna have this type of
That
fallout,
they were gonna fuck themselves.
I would
I'd
never
just
have
laughed
believed
at
you.
it. Oh,
I would have
yeah.
been like, "That's a funny joke you're telling today," and and then you'd be like, "Yeah, no, they're gonna have to cancel
Shit.
this. They're gonna have to freaking get rid of part of their theme park.
They're gonna shit the
lose,
pooch. Oh yeah.
lose $3 trillion in stock. Like it's gonna be crazy." And it's like, what type of alternate world are you talking about? They can
Well,
make all
'cause
the
the funny
money.
part is,
They have all the money.
well, Disney still has all the money, even with their stocks crashing.
I know that's how rich they are.
Because they own like record labels. They own like 5 or 6 different TV stations which have merged. Because Disney originally owned ABC, and now they've just here recently bought out Fox,
Yeah,
which is why they took over the MCU.
yeah.
So it's like you own ABC and Fox, but yet if you look at both channels, they really haven't changed anything. So it's literally, I'm going to buy you so that way I'm still the richest motherfucker in the world.
Yeah.
And just sit back and go, yeah, just do whatever you were doing beforehand. And that's literally what they've done.
Yeah.
But next soundbite for shits and giggles.
This one's adorable.
Feminists start dating the real man, and then something incredible happens. All of feminism leaves her body. See if you can pinpoint the exact moment in this video where she resorts to her factory settings.
Guys, I went on a date this week and I felt the feminism leaving my body. I go on dates with a lot of men and women. There's always a negotiation about who pays. I sort of fell
You're
into
blocking my face.
going on a date with the most guy's guy I've ever been on a date with. I cannot remember the last time that I went on a date with like a straight bro, you know what I'm saying? I'm on this date with this guy and he's putting his card down and he's paying for everything. It sort of activated something feral in me, I'm not gonna lie. So I was getting prepared to pay for our drinks because he's been paying all night. Of course I'm gonna pay for the next round. He turns to me and hands me his credit card. And he goes, here's my card. It might be time for me to get away from all these
She just got wet.
Yeah, she just about exploded.
Damn right.
But I mean, you see the moment right there where she's like, and he handed me his card and said, go pay for it. And you saw her body go,
Yeah,
It's
she
just blew a
shrunk.
load.
Yeah, I know. She.
Off of just him doing that and reliving it by telling the story, she literally went, oh.
Yeah. It's this type of stuff that you see a lot of them complain about. It's like, I've seen a lot of stuff recently on media where they're like, if a man makes you pay for anything, blah blah blah, they can't be a real man and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, well, I'm like watching all this stuff and being like,
how stupid are you?
I'm getting kind of tired of having to pay for everything, honestly. But I'll do it anyway.
Because that's how we're built as men. It's like, well, we can't afford shit. Shut up.
I grew up with my dad paying for everything.
Everything. Yep,
just about.
right.
Like, if he didn't pay for it, I was surprised. Like, that's how it was.
Or it's like, did somebody shit the bed? What happened here?
Yeah, and so that's to me, like, failure of a man was not being able to pay for things. Like,
right.
That's
how
what
we
it
were
was.
raised.
Because that's how I watched my dad growing up.
I mean, that's how we were raised.
Yeah, I was raised very differently.
I mean,
to certain
we're
people.
still raised that way. It's just whether or not everybody will admit that's how they're raised.
Yeah, so when they talk about feminism, I'm like, well, feminism is more equality, less to do with what's in a paycheck. But I guess if you're going to put it context of
the Fourth Reich,
what you're
the feminists
right,
have literally changed the.
I'm going to say they messed up part of it. Yeah,
and it's no longer equality. It's me, fuck you. It's like that's like
the
exact opposite
that
of
woman in the video looked like
feminist
Sabrina.
manifesto, which says equality for everybody. Well, if equality's for everybody, then why the fuck do you get more shit than I do? Why do you get free beers? Why do you get to go into the club for free, and I still got to pay a $25 entry fee?
That's because they
if
like
we
to talk smack.
If we want to talk about, equality, fuck you. Get me in for free, bitch.
They like to talk smack, and they like to act like a victim. Extreme of anything is bad. Indeed.
Yeah, on both sides, yeah. I don't know, did we have one more soundbite or not?
I think we did.
For shits and giggles? Oh, no,
nope,
that's just...
that was it.
Alright,
Watching this lady practically come over a guy using her credit card.
A guy being a guy.
Guy using the credit card. Guy literally being told probably all of his life, never give a woman your credit card, and he did it anyway, and she exploded.
Well, it's not even not give her the
exploded with ecstasy.
I think he was taught the thing of it's the thing of don't let her pay for anything on the first date.
Yeah.
And then she'll be yours. Not even like in a sexual or like demeaning way. It's just that literally is the hook.
She will literally put herself in your arms and melt.
She'll say, "Okay, I'm yours. Fuck me," or "I'm yours. We're not ending this relationship till we're married."
Right, and he'll put herself in your arms and melt like an ice cream sundae on a hot afternoon.
Yep.
Because that's just how it goes. It's just how it ends up happening.
That's how it works.
That's how the cookie crumbles. That's why our first date was free. And then the next few dates were not. And I still took her out.
Well, you have to go out on dates. If you don't go out on dates, you look like a piece of shit.
She was insistent on her when she had her job at what was it called? Focus Services? No, Focus Services. She was
Focus.
Yeah, she was insistent on her paying part of the bill for that time. But there was quite a few times after that where I just paid it anyway.
Yeah, you don't even think about it.
Yeah, I never do. I just am like, okay, we're going on a date. I got my card.
The only thing I ever asked, and this is after being married, is like, my card or yours?
Yeah.
Where's the money sent? Because, we share all the money, but where's the money sent? My card or yours?
Yeah.
So that way I know which card to hand to the freaking waiter. It done.
Yep.
But that's also a married thing more than a dating thing.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's what happens when you get married is things kind of change a little bit. But when you're dating, you're like, oh, he's going to pay for all these things and this and that. And I've seen a lot of trends, and I've seen a lot of topic trends about women complaining that the man doesn't want to pay for everything anymore. About how they want to be able to have the woman help spot.
You see the inflation nowadays?
Yeah.
Shut up and help pay, or why don't we just go to my house and I'll cook a meal? I'll show you I'm a man by being able to cook you a full meal.
Yeah, which for me it's like I'm used to the way my dad's mentality was, and so I'm just used to paying for it anyway. Want to go on one tomorrow? Just FYI, uwu. We did it equally when I was working. Yes, we did. We did do it equally.
But I'm just saying, you know, that's what you hear, because it's like we've talked about repeatedly with Calypso and just in general, just me and you. It's the loudest 1% of the 1%, which don't talk for everybody, or actually technically really anybody. They're just literally the brainwashed drones going, bitch, cuss, jump up and down, me, I'm right. It's
that's why years ago when
being on the same side,
when Calypso was different years ago, and that's why when she was different years ago, and she was bought in on the whole forthright feminism, it was not working for me at all, because I'm just like, no, we're not gonna do this, not at all. I don't do non-equality. I don't do unequal. I don't do any of that shit. Like, if you're gonna if someone is gonna treat either party like they're lesser than or they're not equal, for me, it doesn't work whatsoever. Like, no, just no. I mean, I grew up with learning, you know, not liking racism in the first place. I grew up not liking sexism in the first place. So, the fact that people are trying to flip it on its head and trying to make the other side lesser equal than, like before it was like the 60s, 70s, and 80s, it was the man was the one who had a lot of the voice and the woman didn't. And now they're like, oh, let's flip it, make it to where the woman has all the voice and the man has very little voice. And so it's like, is everyone really that dumb? Are they really that slow? Do they not realize what they're doing? You literally just flipped it on its head and made the same thing, just on a different side. Like, that's just dumb. Anyway, I'll say Ada. There you go, I said it. Ada. I hope that was what you wanted. But either way, yeah, no, I just, flipping it back to Percy Jackson, I like the fact that in the show, even though there's a lot of people who are expressing fears that they have gone, quote-unquote, liberal with the show, because Annabeth's not, you know, white and blonde. She's, you know, very non-white.
On what show?
Percy Jackson. I like the fact that Annabeth is still Annabeth, and I like the fact that she's still the strategic person that she is.
The character's
and she's
still the
always
same,
always ahead of the curve. And I love the way they're tapping into her emotions too. Like, she's logic first, emotions later. And you could always see the gears working in that little girl's head, the 12-year-old's head. And I just like the way that they're presenting the characters. Like, they're breaking or inverting everything that people assume that the show would do with the whole liberal propaganda. And it's a Greek show. Like, it's a Greek god's show. I
Greek
thought
and Roman, yeah.
the piece of missing paint on the wall was a chip. That's funny.
What,
Dust
right
on
there?
my phone. Oh.
Right above my head.
I honestly thought it was a chip too.
There's a little itty bitty.
Yeah.
Out on the screen.
Yeah, no, I thought.
You can see it on the TikTok, but not on the YouTube.
Yeah, I thought that was a chip too for the longest time until I went up there one night and was like, "What the hell are you?" And then I'm like, "Oh wait, you're just a wall without paint on it."
It said, "I'm gonna pill. Fuck you."
Yeah. Well, this house is how old? Like,
I don't know. I mean, it's not near as old as the house in Oklahoma.
And I don't think you guys have ever repainted the walls.
I mean, you got Calypso and Todd's freaking artwork all over this fucking...
Yeah, no, I literally see their autobiography whenever I look in this room. Whenever I'm in here for hours and hours and hours. I'll sit there and I'll always find a new piece of art that I thought was, like, not there. And I'll be like, I wonder what the backstory is there.
Well, for some of... I mean, a lot of the goofiness, some of it could be painted over because it's somebody's bullshit argument about whatever idiot that week or whatnot, just to get it out of their head. It's
yeah.
But it never got burnt.
Some of it's also anime references nonstop.
I mean, literally, I drew when I was a teenager, and literally she picked up on it and literally just caught on and figured out how to draw anime because I was an anime. You know, I was one of the original weaves, and she just jumped on the bandwagon.
Really hard when we were at the apartment, the 2-bedroom apartment with a loft. It was really hard to get mad at the kids when they started writing on the walls and drawing on the walls, because I would sit there and reflect back on the fact that in this very room, they drew everywhere. and
I
wrote
mean,
everywhere.
Right there.
Yeah, like literally, you look over here and you see Heart You Raven with like a hyphen and a B. I think that's a D. That might be a D. I don't know. And then one of them says like it's like a weird heart, and then like it looks like a face, and it says like hyphen dot hyphen creeper with dot dot dot. Like I'm not sure what that like is about, but it seems like they're talking smack on somebody.
I just think the shit's funny and
Built in the 60s, indeed. That's what I've been told.
well, I mean, the one in Oklahoma was 1901.
Yeah.
House.
Something like
I mean,
that.
it was like old as fuck, but I mean, it was a nice house for what it was, even with its old creaky bullshit
Yeah.
and issues it had. I mean, the fucker still worked. So
I can tell that those two girls were like constantly at it with these walls. Because I look around and I'm like, holy crap, Sharpie hell.
well, I mean, like
One of them
Brad
was like
would give the
LOL,
bitch, like, why
LOL.
the fuck are they drawing all over the wall? Dude, just
And then
do it.
someone apparently is named Kyrie or Kiri. And then one of them's named Katishi, I think.
I don't know. I lost track of all their friends.
Inside
names.
jokes, I guess.
Well, it's Goober 1 and Goober 2.
Yeah. And that
I'm
one
like
was-
the
I love Kiru, she's amazing.
I'm the Alpha
I don't know what that's
Omega
about.
Goober because I'm the original. They just learned and stole all my shit.
Yeah. I feel like I'm looking around the room and looking at different like drawings that are from like when they were 14. 14 to like 16.
14 to 18.
12 to 16. Something like that. Last
No,
3 or 4 years of teenhood.
Because I moved out here in 06,
Kiru
So it
and
would've been-
Kotishi.
7.
I think I'm saying that
We
name right.
moved into this house, I think it was August of 7.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
however old that makes them.
Well, with the fact that it was 2010 when I met her.
Yeah, and we'd already been living in the house for a little while at that point.
Yeah. Pretty much.
And I dealt with my first divorce after by that time.
Yeah. So you take that time period. It's like 3 or 4 years right
But
there.
I mean, like I've said, I've now gone through 2, so third time's the charm. With 3 strikes I'm out. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Oh no! I found another psycho bitch. Apparently have a real thing for crazy hoes.
Kiru was my OC and Kotishi was an ex's OC.
Okay, so they were original characters. They weren't anime references.
Well, it's still anime references because all they were doing was drawing animes and doing like little chats between each other
That's true.
on Messenger and whatnot
Yeah.
that were literally
Like
their
AOL.
characters, like Facebook Messenger
Facebook
or
Messenger.
MySpace Messenger.
Oh, MySpace Messenger maybe.
Going back
I
and forth
remember
and like
MySpace was a thing.
their character would say something and then it'd be like in the little things like winked or
Yeah.
you know the little things that were used to describe what your facial
Yeah. The little,
description was.
little carrots, the sideways carrots with the wink.
Yeah, or they'd literally just write out wink. Right eye
okay.
wink or left eye wink and stuff, and I always found that shit funny as shit.
It was D&D without the dice.
Alright.
Same thing. You're literally
The role playing.
because you would always draw the anime characters as like the representation, because that's what you knew how to draw. I always found it funny and just laughed at it and just like, okay, she's doing her shit.
Yeah, just being a nutball.
Yeah. I mean, it never bugged me. I'm just like, okay, you be you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like with my son, my daughter, with my life. It's like, okay, well, it's gonna happen if it's gonna happen.
Winks, Uru, Rar, XD, laugh my ass off.
Yeah. Dude, I watched them. Before I left and after I came back, I literally watched her become her,
Yeah.
Todd become Todd, Robin be Robin, and, well, Nephi was like a mini-me. It's like, yeah, I know where you're going, fucker.
Apparently she says, I was so cringe. I don't know about that one.
You aren't cringe. You viewed yourself as cringe because you've always had an inclination to be
Self-hate.
negative for yourself.
Yeah, self-hate, self-loathing.
Yeah.
Which she doesn't need to be. I mean, something about that brought me into the picture.
it brought you into the picture and also brought you into the kicker. You're not fucking worthless. Stop talking like that.
Yeah.
Fucker.
Yeah, I've spent the last 13 years trying to push her away from self-loathing and self-hatred.
I mean, you just brought it up to Ma the other day about her self-loathing
Yes,
bullshit.
because she spent 2.5 hours telling me about how much she thinks all these other things, and then, you know, Mary was like a big part of it. Wasn't the whole thing, but a big part of it. So I had to
was a component.
So I had to yesterday, while I was at work, be like, go downstairs and tell her while she was still there, and be like, by the way, this was said about you two by her. You need to clear. I was like, clear the air, please. Like, clarify. Like,
and I just want you really think that low with me? I mean, come on now. I'm
right.
like your biggest fucking fan, dude.
Yeah, literally.
Next to you, I'm like the biggest fan. You can do it, jackass. Just do it.
Yeah, exactly. And like we were all kind of like, and I basically was trying to incite love. Like normally someone will expect.
I got that.
Normally
fully.
someone expects like inciting of like hatred or whatever, or fight or whatever.
Hey,
or
stop
drama.
acting like that. Quit being a worthless piece of shit.
Right.
Act like who you actually are.
Right.
Like Rusty does.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, no, I love you. You think you're a worthless piece of shit. You're not. Why don't you pull yourself up by either your hoo-ha or your fucking bootstraps and keep it trucking?
Yeah, exactly. And so interesting because after everything was said and done and we were back in the bedroom briefly, just together and stuff, I was like, what happened after that? And she's like, not really much. And I'm like, really? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, huh.
We threw the positive. She smiled. We went back to watching TV.
Yeah, I didn't really say much else, but I was like, thinking in my head, I'm like, you guys didn't...
Her whole physical, like, you know...
Didn't talk about it, really?
No, we went over the viewpoints on quit talking about yourself like that. You should know better. We love you no matter what, fucker. Well, I say fucker, Mom does it nice.
Yeah.
Because she's the Midwesterner, I'm the East Coaster.
Yeah.
Kick you between the balls while telling you I love you. So, you know.
Nah, I was cringe, laughed my ass off.
You weren't cringe. You acted how you always act, fucker. Like my little sister who's like, you all hate me. Shut up, bitch. I love you. I mean, but you know, that's the East Coaster of me. I literally smack you in the face, kick you between the legs, pick you up, give you a hug, and say, keep moving.
Yeah.
It's the most mean and hateful thing anybody from anywhere else in the world would, you know, think you're like being the biggest asshole in the world. But that's what I grew up with. That's what I grew up around. It's the East Coaster. Pick you up, and while I'm picking you up, I'm kicking you, punching you, and making sure you can stand on your own, because I literally beat the shit out of you to make you the indestructible motherfucker you are. Now, do the most indestructible motherfucker thing.
Yep.
Stand there and take it, or stand there and say, fuck the world, I'm a badass.
Yeah.
It's something I learned from Russ, even though he didn't teach it to me properly, but I figured out how to teach myself it.
Now the water is giving me chill vibes. Finna fall asleep.
Well,
Come on
if you
now.
Fall asleep. I mean,
You're always passed out by the time I get done with this thing.
well, I mean, it's only
It
18 more
sucks.
minutes till we're done, so
Yeah, it sucks.
let her pass out.
Yeah.
I'll go wake her up. Shut up. I'll just roll over and pass out, not like I give a fuck.
I'd like her to actually be awake by the time I get done, because then I can
Well, I
actually
mean-
be around her.
It's late, so
Yeah.
it's kind of the fuck I work all day thing. It's now this is one of the things that which actually start to make. This is one of the things Andrew Tate said that made me like him a little bit is, well, my dad was never around because he was always working and trying to make money to support the family. That doesn't mean he was a bad dad because he still taught me the shit I needed to learn.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter that he wasn't around because him not being around showed me that you don't have to be around to be a good dad and a father because you're literally working your ass off to provide for your family.
Well, think about this
I mean,
too.
does that make sense? That was
Yeah.
the one thing he said, and I'm like, okay, I can take that from
Well, think about
what I
this.
was doing at the time, which was working my ass off to try to provide for my kids. You saw me. I was door dashing every goddamn second of every fucking day to just try to rake in as much dough as possible so that way I
Well,
could get the
that's-
fuck off the goddamn bullshit.
Part of why I also had the attitude I did about it. But think about this too. My dad was military.
Wake me up.
My dad was military for, I was 17 when
Yeah.
he retired. So
I mean, my dad retired before I was born, so
right,
I don't know anything about the military end of it.
But my point is that he was in the military until I was 17. He retired around the time. And so, with that being said, my dad was like gone half the year all the time. Like,
yeah, you've talked about that a couple times.
There was a couple times where he would be, you know,
bitch, you will die. Yee, we got it.
Yep, he's dead now.
Sorry, randomness
yep,
happening in our IRL.
Yeah. So, basically, he was in New York for like 9 months to a year almost at one point.
Yeah.
Like, just off
I
and
get
on.
that.
Like, he flew in briefly for like a week. And then
I gotta run off from work.
And then took us to the movies, and then said, "Okay, I gotta go back now," and then flew off back to New York for another 6 months.
Oh yeah.
And then like a year later, he's back underway. And
families all over the place, and it's like, your dad's a piece of shit because he's never around. It's like, motherfucker, I live in a house, I have a car, everything's nice, everything's paid for. Shut your fucking mouth. You don't know my situation.
Oh, when I told people that he was a military soldier, they sharpened the fuck up on the responses.
They went,
they were
I'll
never,
shut the fuck up.
Yeah, they were never shitty about what he did for a living, nor were they shitty that he wasn't around that much. They were, quite a few of them were like, he's serving his country.
Like, no offense to Dad, but him like, well, I was always there. It's like, no, you weren't, because you were busy doing what a man should do. Work his ass off to provide for the family.
Yeah.
The only complaint is, all you do when you get there is bitch and cuss. So it's like, I can't fucking... Everything you say I have to take with a grain of salt because you're speaking the truth, but you're speaking the truth from anger. So fuck you. I'm not gonna listen to your anger.
Yeah.
I mean, I've literally, me and you've discussed that a million upon millions of times where it's like, you said this, but you said it this way, but I took it for what it actually meant, which was this, stand up here, hold my ground, and even to you say, fuck off. This is who I am, this is what I am, deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird abnormality, but even though him being the lunatic, the broken entity he is, everything he's ever said is literally like, there's been an inkling of useful information in it, and I take it and use it for the positive.
Yeah. Well, that's what you gotta do, and that's something that I had to learn growing up myself was take the positives that you learn from your parent, and you work on it.
And WB.
Wake me up! I'm back. WB. Welcome back. Oh, welcome back is probably what she means.
Yeah.
Hello, Sam. What's up?
So,
so as far as like, so as far as this goes, like that's why I like a lot of times when people like get all hateful about their parents, they get all like about like their parents did stuff.
That's
I don't do that myself.
For me, that's kind of where like the whole point of like the Ten Commandments: respect your parents, always honor your parents. It's I don't have to. I can talk shit on some of the stuff, you know, like how they handled the situation or where I see the faults, but yet at the same time, I'm honoring them by being the most badass me I could be.
Yeah.
Whether it's what they agree with it or not, I'm the most badass me, which literally is showing me honoring my father and mother.
Yeah, I take the best parts that I saw that I liked out of both parents and I combine them together.
Yes.
While acknowledging the stuff that they could have grown on, the stuff they could have done better on.
But because you see
Still
it as an
build on
adult now, you see how you can fix it so that way you don't fall into the traps they fall into.
Right.
Or fell into.
Or at least try to do the best I can while doing it.
Yeah, you see where they fucked up and like, I know how to work around that. Especially with, I know me and we've talked about how literally at, especially your age with our interactions, you're literally like, I see where they fucked up, I know how to.
I know how to at least try to do it, yeah.
Rusty is roaming, might bang on the door.
I don't give a shit. You can kiss my ass. The only reason he'll bang on the door is, why aren't you sleeping in the chair? No, because it's not sleep night. It's stay up until fucking midnight and talk shit.
Yeah. And just have some fun. Because it's almost Friday. In fact, it is Friday pretty much.
Well, it will be here in about 12 minutes.
Yeah. So it's like, whatever. Like, that's the thing. That's where I carried away from my parents, too. Was that Friday was the, you know, have fun, relax, unwind.
Well, if
you
that's
work
your
hard.
off day, then it's like, breathe.
Yes.
Well, at least I'm not on fire, or at least I'm not dead. Woohoo!
Yeah.
It's done.
And then Saturday and Sunday was literally supposed to be that's your weekend.
I mean, Saturday's not even weekend. Saturday's a keep busy day, do all the shit you didn't get done during the week, and Sunday's literally do nothing, go to church, relax, and eat.
Well, how I've had to have Saturday and Sundays recently as I work, but when I did have them off, I would take care of stuff that needed to be done, and then I would just relax.
Well, that sounds
Since
like
he
a
can't
them
stand
issue,
people
not a me
enjoying
issue.
themselves. I mean, yeah, that's true. He tends to get about how other people
Well,
are.
that goes into the broken soul. Literally,
Yep.
you're on autopilot, so you have no control. So the little demon's going, Or because he's half asleep, he can't hear the demon because he's running on autopilot. I actually noticed that when he's running on autopilot, half dead to the world, if nothing clicks or like irritates his flow,
Yeah,
super smooth, super mellow.
I noticed that too. I literally
If
like.
there's not that one thing going poke,
Yeah.
like a kid screaming out of nowhere for no fucking reason, it's literally just go pee. Okay, bye.
Yeah, like I literally opened the door one time to put a puppy pad out, and then he like was going down the staircase. I expected him to turn around and say something, or turn around in acknowledgement. He just kept going,
Yep.
and I'm like,
It's
interesting.
the
It's
auto-
like
it-
it's like the
it's
shark in the
autopilot.
ocean that doesn't bother
Well,
to
just
turn
think about
around.
it. It's Sam without the soul.
Yeah.
It's literally just go on autopilot. I
Yeah.
have to pee. I'm going to go pee. Okay, I'm done. Time to go back and lay down, go to sleep.
Yep,
Even though technically I'm not awake.
exactly.
Oh yeah. It's literally you running around on freaking like sleep mode. Yeah, literally sleepwalking.
Yes.
It's the same shit. He does it and doesn't even realize. Dude, he used to sleep watch TV. He'd come watch TV at like 3 o'clock in the morning, get up, go pee. He's at pee at like 3 o'clock in the morning. And then I'm like, what are you doing? I'm not doing nothing. I'm just sitting here. Dude, you're watching a TV show. Why don't you like go to bed? I thought I was in bed. Go to bed, Russell. Turn off the TV and then go to bed. Because he's a sleepwalker, whether he knows it or not.
Yeah.
He has done that my entire life. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
I literally was like going and getting some food out of the fridge that I put in there for that night, right?
Yeah.
And as I'm going in the fridge, he thought I was the kid. And he's like, what are you doing in the fridge? And I'm like, getting food that I put in here? And he's like, oh, it's you. And I'm like, yep. He's like, how did I get in here? And I'm like, getting where? He's like, kitchen. I'm like, I don't know. I don't, not your keeper. I'm not your
It's
keeper.
when you wake up, the sleepwalker's like, why the fuck am I here? Who the hell are you? Wait, what? I'm going back to bed.
That literally is what he did. He said that night. And then he did it again the next
I'm going
night.
back to bed.
Yeah, and then he got it. Did it again the next night.
It's
He's
the
like-
autopilot thing.
Then he looked
He
at me and he's
doesn't
like,
think, he just does.
and I had a cinnamon roll in the fridge. I pulled it out, and he looks at me and goes, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Cinnamon roll." He's like, "Oh, looks yummy." Night. Turn off the light. That's all he said. And then he went down.
Yeah.
He went downstairs.
It's, laugh my ass off. Yes. No, it's hilarious. Like, yesterday, he came up, went piss,
Yeah.
came downstairs, stopped, looked at me, thought about what he was going to say, made a comment. I said, well, just one offhand thing, so that way he'd keep going on his way, and then he just went downstairs, went back to bed.
Yeah.
Not even a freaking thought. He made a mumbling or asked his half asleep or sleepwalking question. I gave him a bullshit or just meh answer. Registered. Bye.
Yep.
It's funny to watch. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, if you put up cameras downstairs and stuff, I mean, he'd use it in the bedroom. Like, see, your kid's up in the middle of the night doing shit. But it'd be like, dude, look at you. You're up in the middle of the night doing shit, too.
Yeah, we pull the camera and be like, watch.
Yeah, right?
Watch them both doing stuff.
He literally, look, you sat here and talked to the kid for 5 minutes and then went back to bed, dude.
Yep.
I did. I've literally sat there and watched him talk to Phoenix, or tried to, while he's asleep. She doesn't respond because she's asleep, and then he goes, oh, okay. and walks off and goes back to bed. It's the funniest shit to watch. I mean, since I'm down there right now, stuck in the front room because I don't have a place or anything, it's literally funny as... Don't kill anything, cat. It's funny as fuck to watch the interaction of sleepwalking, not in reality him literally interacting with the rest of the world.
Yes.
From the perception of, I think they will answer me. Sort of thing.
Yep. Peter does it too. He has had full combos in his sleep.
See, the full combos in the sleep is not like sleepwalking. It's literally you planning out or talking to the entities on what you've called the God radio, what I call just, tapping into the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension.
It is the God radio.
Hey, that's your viewpoint, and I laugh at it. Because it takes me back to supernatural and the angel radio.
Yes.
But I mean, the way I see it, it's just
my brain processes it.
No, I get that, and I think it's cute that you call it, that you gave it that title.
Yeah.
Because for me, that's just cute that you gave it that title. But for me, it's also the thing of, because I know I do it too in my sleep. But it's not sleepwalking. It is sleep talking, but it's sleep talking in a way where it's literally the only reason you're sleep talking is because there's somebody else talking to you. Whether everybody else hears it or not, 90% of the time, well, 90 to 100% of the time, or more, they don't hear it, and you're literally having full-on conversations with extra dimensional entities.
Yeah.
Because they're always standing around you, whether you see them or not. But I mean, when you're in sleep mode, you're literally open and can see everything and interact with shit. Some people don't verbally, physically interact. They just do it through, telekinesis.
Yeah.
Because it's in their dream. Me and you, we talk in our sleep because we're literally having a conversation with the person that's standing right there or sitting next to us that we're literally shooting the shit with.
Yeah.
Nobody else sees it, hears it, or knows what the fuck's going on, but there's the full-on conversation or planning going on for the next day. While it looks like you're sleeping, but you are fully conscious in another dimension, still attached to your body.
Yeah.
So that way, a little demon or something doesn't try to possess you and steal your body. So you're like, no, I have to stay attached. It's a weird mechanism, because I've literally detached myself from my physical body, and then I figured out I don't have to fully detach to move and astral project anywhere and everywhere, in time and anywhere in existence.
I used to astral project a lot when I was at my dad's place in his basement, but that was because of the fact that
makes sense.
That was because of the fact that my body kept my soul kept wanting to wander, and there was a demon there, and the demon basically took part of my soul and was playing around with it apparently.
Was dicking with you?
Yeah, and Nico brought it up recently. He was talking about how that demon has a part of everyone's soul that was living there, even Amber's soul, or Gustell's soul.
Yeah.
And it's still got it down there. Yeah.
But I mean, if that's the case, with as often as I came over and hung out, while y'all were still there, I bet you it tried to attach to me.
I did.
But see, the funny part is, nothing can attach to me.
And the demon looked like Samara from The Ring.
Yeah, but see, here's the funny part. Anything that tries to attach to me, as soon as it touches me, and this is the funny part that I've learned, and actually found out from other people telling me this, is that little demon keeps tapping you on the shoulder. It'll stop there in a little bit. What do you mean it'll stop? Just wait for it. And half an hour later, where's that demon? Oh, he's still tapping me on the shoulder. The only issue is, he has to stand on my shoulder to tap me. So he's tapping me with his foot. Look closer. They're like, how the fuck did you do that? It's the Capricorn. Sucking all everybody's energy around you at all times. We're literally the fucking, what my mom used to call the bottomless pit. The leg that's the bottomless pit. I do that with energy around me, dude.
Dave's face when you stop
What are you talking about? Like, what face was Dave
Earlier
making?
when you stopped pitting and he looked up at you like, what the fuck, motherfucker?
Just stop real quick.
He's not doing it now. He's like, damn it, you talked about it now. I can't do it. Don't make me show off for the fucking people, goddamn you. That's literally his whole freaking thing.
Yeah. Now he's biting me.
It's like, don't pick me up, bitch. Just pet me. Now he's done. Down.
Don't bite me.
You want to bite me? I'll play. You want to play? Huh? 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 Yeah, give me the dirty side eye. I don't care.
Are you overstimulated? Just a bit.
We're just understimulated and half asleep, so fuck off, leave me alone. It's that weird cat thing. But see, this also goes kind of into the whole dad energy thing. Just give me the kid. Why? Just give me the kid. Dad energy. Kid's out. Fuck, I can't move for 15 minutes to make sure it stays asleep. Shit.
It's like, I'm legally not allowed to move.
My arm's gonna be asleep. Somebody pick up this kid, take it to its bed. Why? I can't fucking move. Like now? No, in like 20 minutes when it's actually fully dead to the world. Why are you calling your kid dead? Because they are not fully inactive brain-wise until 15 to 20 minutes has passed. I can't feel either one of my arms. Grab the fucking kid. I mean, that's when I always knew that, like, the kid was asleep. I couldn't feel anything from the shoulders down. It's like, alright, somebody grab the kid, put it in its seat if we were, like, out.
Yeah.
So the kid had somewhere to sit, like, in its car seat.
Yeah.
When they were that small, or it's literally somebody grabbed this kid and put it in its bed. I cannot move my arms.
Yeah.
And to stand up with the extra 5 to 10 pounds will literally throw me off and I'll accidentally kill myself. That's the issue with the CMT. It's like literally like fucking shit.
Yeah.
So.
Dave's just full like, I love pets.
Dave climbed up on me, I think it was today or yesterday. Just jumped up while I was sitting in the chair like, pet me, fucker. Okay, dipshit. I literally just watched my video and said, okay. And just zoned out watching my show.
Yeah.
Because fuck it. I can literally do nothing and do a million and one things all at the same time and they go, okay, we're done.
Yes.
So I will writerly update, by the way, that I haven't done yet. I am 7 chapters in to Prince of Brimstone now and drafting. And I have about 7 or 8 chapters
don't
left.
Put your ass up, dipshit.
I have 7 or 8 chapters left, and then it will be fully drafted.
Because he stood up like 3 times and he's like, hey!
Yes.
Then don't stand up, dipshit. It's funny part the cat can't control. It's like, stop it. You're wearing out my legs. That's a funny cat thing.
Yeah. I'm brushing your nose.
See, the butt. That's what did
Yes.
it, because then he bit.
Yes.
Fucking weirdo.
Now he's gonna make muffins out of my legs.
Or attempt to.
Yes.
Alright, let's wrap this up, because we've past midnight.
So, next week we will talk more about Percy Jackson. Because the show is ongoing.
Episode 4.
Yep, and it's gonna be ongoing. I will likely end up listening to the audiobooks just for fun, and then compare notes, and have some fun there. We'll talk more about the writing stuff, because as I gear along to editing part, I will be even more closer to having a full trilogy done, which is cool.
Nice.
Which is part of the saga. And
well, that's part of your process. You write 3 books.
Yep.
Okay, next set
Mm-hmm.
of 3 books, because it's something I've seen a lot of people start doing. It's like, I'm gonna write 3 books, and then I need to write 3 more, and then I need to write 3 more. It's like, does it have to be a 3 book? 3 books become the standard. So it's like, okay.
That makes sense.
I've just realized that you've known it and you've just adopted it, whether you realized it consciously or not.
No, I know that. I've always known that. And each one of the volumes is going to be its own series. So, like, while it's a big, giant series all on its own, of, like, volumes
Like,
and stuff, each volume is going to be its own thing.
like Wheel of Time. There's,
Or Percy Jackson, yeah.
15, 20 books.
Yeah.
Something like that of Wheels of
So
Time.
yet they have their own
series.
arcs and their own little series.
Each one is its own little thing.
Yep.
I remember when Mom first introduced me and told me about that book, I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
And one of the channels I watch, I think it's Nerdscape or Nerd something, where she like builds stuff and does like arts and crafts and like builds castles and whatnot for like little decorations and things
Yeah.
for fun for her YouTube channel. One of them was literally her putting all the books to this giant freaking, literally taking off all the spines and covers, putting them all together, gluing them, and then just making one giant spine for the book.
That is interesting.
Oh, it was huge. I was like, my mom would love that.
Yeah.
That's my first thought. My mom would love that.
Yeah, no, she would probably, she'd never read it, but she'd put it on a little display so that you could see it.
Oh, fuck it.
Because, like, that would be incredibly difficult to keep together if it ever fell apart.
Oh, part of her thing was I made it for this friend, and if it ever falls apart or anything, you know, just contact me and we'll get together and I'll fix it.
Makes sense. So it's a lot to keep track of for all the pages.
Because she like sewed each book to itself with like a back piece of cloth. She put stitches in to the stitches that were already there for the spines.
Yeah.
After taking off the cover and like the solid spine, just wove them all together.
Huh.
Oh, it was really good video. I'll have to show it to you.
Yeah, you will have to show it to me.
I thought it was very interesting when I saw it. I'm like, Mom would enjoy the fuck out of that. I wonder how much effort that, how long that would take me to actually make.
Probably not that much effort.
Nah, the most cost would be buying all the books.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that would probably
that would be
most
the
cost.
biggest cost. Oh,
You
yeah.
have to go on Amazon or something and find like a decent
Oh, no,
enough
I'd
price
go
one.
Go to Barnes.
Or a used bookstore.
Oh, fuck. Well, I don't like the used bookstores. Some of the books are great
They package them.
because they've only had like one or two owners, and they're not completely wrecked, and they actually check the books instead of just buying the used books. Those are the bookstores I like that actually check the shit.
I have seen the bookcases they have at Barnes & Noble that are the entire series, so you probably would have a better chance at Barnes & Noble.
Well, that's what I was saying. I'd go there and be
Just
like,
sell it to cash and there you
bitch.
go. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
But I
so
gotta wait till I get paid, then I can use the one I got for Christmas. See how much is on it, and fuck it, I'll just buy me 2 books.
Yep. So until next time, guys, this has been Crazy Peas. I am TPAW.
Karnage 6778, 90% of everywhere.
And we will return next week, and it'll be the new year. Have a good night, and a good week.
And don't kill yourselves.
Yep, same
Alright,
bat time, same bat
Shit
channel.
channel.
T-Paw's Playground, no. Woo!
Yeah, T-Paw's Playground on YouTube.
Woo!